kabooey. Welcome back to
Why are we kabooming?
night. Well, maybe I don't know.
I don't appreciate the kaboom.
I'm being questioned before I even get to start. So there are no kabooms that will happen shortly, I'm sure. But welcome back. I'll do a quick recap. Pretty much Desna bringing the team in line, more or less. But she handed out some gifts. Euphemia finally got her staff in its evolved form. She was having fun with that after passing out to almost terminal exhaustion. Roland and Robaya were actually on Katsu to a degree. We're also visited by Desna, but you guys were primarily in the inevitable reason trying to figure out what was going on in terms of like whatever happened to that poor raid party. We found that Scribbler was kind of on the verge of getting a solution to that, and Desna had helped him by giving him a mandatory nap. She also isolated Ravaya and tried to kind of get her to take things into perspective more. Also freed her from the crown. So it's up to her whether or not she wants to wear it. But that went down. Roland gave himself an impromptu, possibly permanent tattoo.
Tattoos.
That's true.
Bigger than one of the
tongue. So that was fun. As a result of Desna's presence, you guys got some random buffs or like random appearances. Zolan now has butterfly wings, which is the new addition. Upon coming back and you all going to sleep, some of you tried to fight it. Did not go well for those who did, but you all passed out and in just a mere 6 hours had gotten the best sleep of your collective lives. As a result, you all got a bonus +2 to pretty much everything. Saving throws, attack rolls, anything that you throw dice at, you had +2 to. That's Desna's blessing of the dreamer. And after waking up and kind of, seeing to the day, you guys were expecting Scribbler to come to the Gelatini Manor to assist with creating the polymorph potions that you needed to disguise yourselves because none of you look like anybody who would be on Athas. So, in fact, I'm pretty sure if Euphemia didn't change her skin structure, she would simply ignite by landing in Athas. Because you're changelings are paper white. If you had no change to your appearance, that sun would probably ignite you.
Do they burn?
Hey guys.
I have no idea. I don't believe they share the same melatonin thing or melanin. Excuse me. I don't know why my brain switches those all the fucking time. But anyway, it does not have the same melanin as humans, I imagine. Anywho, so you have the polymorph potion. There's a disguise kit. Euphemia did discover that the disguise kit handed to her. God damn it! One of those pronouns is correct. I'm not sure what it is.
You just rolled through all of them.
I went through all of them.
We're a professional team here. This is great.
It's a long way for me too.
It's okay.
Because I didn't sleep. Anyway, Total War. So, anywho, you have a disguise kit of Fey origin that seems to be quite potent. So that's just something to consider. I think there's anything else that I'm missing. Say that. I think that's it. Oh, Katasu was warned that for the ball on Friday, he might have to dance between two queens that oppose each other. So you got a warning for that. And that's pretty much it. So the polymorph and the disguise kit should help with general blending in. The other logistics, I think, are still in the air, which you have to work out. But we come back to, I believe it was rolling to see if you would not screw up these potions. And he was doing quite well. So
What was that shit?
The way you said that was a sort of like he was doing well for now.
Until he wasn't.
Until he wasn't. He's the master of disaster. Something's gonna happen. But
It's rude.
yeah, I'm just stating facts. But anywho, that's all I got for you guys. You are free to roam about the Gelatini Manor. You have Aloysius, Tithian, and Scribbler in the study with Roland trying to get their chemicals on. And I believe Euphemia had just finished just detecting that disguise kit that I described. And I think Ravaya, Zolan, and Kanasu were all still upstairs, right?
Yeah, I don't think we got
So,
back up.
That is the scene.
Yeah. Also, before we get started, do you want to explain your background real quick?
What? Oh shit! Do I still have the? Yeah, my bad. Hold on.
Oh my god!
Never.
In which the rest of your body disappears.
God.
Oh my god! He's the dragon strike.
Yeah. Why don't you have any background? Then? Why is it gonna be
White.
He has
not
a
background?
flag for his DMing.
Yeah, man.
I don't like it. I don't approve.
You get over it.
You literally have the darkest campaign right now.
That's a low blow, but you know it's not true.
It is true. It is.
I haven't Kentucky Fried no one's parents.
Yeah, but you have the literal darkest background.
Kentucky Fried Parents. Okay.
Lemon herbs and spices.
I'm a terrible person. Is
You are.
Plenty, were you going to continue with your potions? I didn't want to, because I do remember feeling like I had a really long time to talk as Mariah, so I'm going to chill out a little bit.
I think he did his. I don't know if he needs new rolls or not. I think we did rolls, and there was a perception for something, and that was about all I remember.
Okay.
So that's something that he's over there focusing. Fucking Euphemia was trying to potion block him, I guess.
Potion block him. Okay, sounds good. Oh shit. Okay, so I know we were put to sleep, but is it morning or what time of day is it at this point? I have no idea.
It is. You guys passed out like close to 5 a.m., so it's like late 10 o'clock, about to be 11.
10 must be 11. Okay, so it's still night times. We were still kind of Okay, so we gotta talk to Squibbles when he comes over. Squibbles, which we like. Get out of here. We just got up, so we probably can't even. All right. Raya's gonna get up, just kind of see what the hustle and bustle is, if there is any. If it seems like maybe more people arrived, and she can kind of like check in on that. Also, just making sure our meet with the Everlife Circle is tomorrow still, because this has been the longest today. But I remember saying tomorrow, and if it's still nighttime this day, then I think it's still tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just making sure. Great. All right. So that being said, that's kind of like the other thing we had to.
So yeah, you got stacked. You got whatever you're doing today.
Uh-huh.
Druids tomorrow, which is
Whatever
today's Wednesday.
you
Druids are Thursday, if you want.
Okay.
And wait, you have your Rumble of Jungle, I think, at some point too.
Rumble of Jungle.
Rumble in the Jungle. You're fighting you're fighting.
Oh yes, yes.
Those people in the
yes.
Yes.
So that might
Yes.
be on Thursday too. You might have a very stacked Thursday.
Because you said jungle, though, I thought you meant like in Maztica again. I was like,
Yeah, that's what I was like. What am I going
Throw
back
it
there
down.
for?
No, the freaking Saul's meat shop. You're
I hear
fighting,
you. Yeah. But
you're fighting somebody there. Anyway,
We're fighting the firstborn.
yes. You're fighting the firstborn there.
That's why I
Possibly on
was super
Thursday.
confused about this jungle thing.
Look, man. Poor choice of words. Don't beat me up over it. It's
Okay,
all right.
no,
We got through it.
it's all good. Don't worry.
And then Friday is the ball. So that's your next 2.5 days.
Yes, correct. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So she's gonna like I was saying before I got super distracted with many questions. She's gonna step outside and see if anybody's around, if there's anyone she recognizes.
Sure.
And yeah.
You see, there's a new kind of rotation of paladins. So you don't see anyone immediately recognizable, but the similar Helm and Hieronius, Tyr, like all their tabards are on. So you can obviously tell who's who in terms of like what team they're on. There's a few more clerics that you remember. The initial group was paladins, but there's probably about 4 clerics that you can just. This is all passive perception because you're looking at human beings. It's not like it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what you're tracking. So basically, like there's been a rotation at some point throughout the night. In terms of anyone new or bustle, you do hear a little bit of commotion coming from the stairs that lead to the dungeon/basement. There's like breakfast actually at this point lunch being prepared. So there is kind of a side section where there was like whatever leftover Lunchables is kind of there on the side and can like just open for people to kind of snack on if they wanted to. That's about all you're seeing right now.
All right. She's gonna try and talk to one of the clerics and/or paladins who are like stationed, and just ask them real quick. What's all the movement to the basement? Is that where people are coming in?
There was a Lord Tithian is here with his little short bird friend.
Scribbler. Yes. Are they?
Sure.
You say word? Did they leave?
I believe they went downstairs.
Oh, okay. So they're still down.
Yes.
Okay. That's great.
Lords Genathini didn't think they needed an escort, so they're down there. And I believe your companion, the one with the really strange hair, he's there too.
Okay, she takes a second to be like, I'm just going to take inventory of everyone's hair real quick, because I never really considered that. I guess that's Roland, yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was very helpful. She's going to kind of lead Zolan back down to the basement. I'm just gonna listen on the way, see if she's catching anything on the way down.
You hear like a combination of like some clacking of like of alchemical like glasses. Not super loud, but enough for like you're a trained hunter tuning into sound, so like you're picking that up. There's some laughter. You hear Tithian's voice. As well as D'Artagnan's and Aloysius's kind of in some kind of conversation that seems a little on the light-hearted side of things. Other than that, give me a perception check to see if you pick up any extra.
Sure.
Doing that. I'll be right back. I can still hear them.
Okay. We're waiting on Flandy. He ain't here.
Once again, we're waiting on Flandy.
We're waiting on Flandy again.
20, okay. You also hear the very soft squelching of what you know is a gelatinous cube somewhere doing its job of cleaning. And you also pick up the footfalls of a somewhat confused Euphemi, who's like, "What do I have and what?" I imagine she's still like, "How the fuck?" with her disguise kit. But and I believe she was outside the door. So if you're, I don't know how creepy you were being. If you're like, I'm just going to catch the sounds bouncing off the thing into me, then you're not visible. But if you're like creeping around the corner, then you would see her. Yeah, are you full T-Rex arms right now?
I also did roll a 29 on perception, so I imagine even if she was creeping, I'd probably catch her.
No, it's if you're creeping, Rabaya.
Oh, me? I was like,
yes.
No, I'm walking with Owen. We're just walking.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
We're not.
Then, yeah, you you'd probably definitely hear the clacking of his claws on the stone as they're
clacking of his claws. I just got back. I have not
Of
Dragoth's claws as he comes down the stairs. I need to roll initiative.
Dragoth?
Yeah. No.
Head out.
Zolan, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna leave.
Sorry, hold on. My sound's being real weird.
Okay. Did you break your...
Sorry. Oh, it's doing weird things. I think it's the charging.
So I know
Sounds like
we
we're
always
trying to
talk
start
about.
a record player.
Yeah, Flandy is one of the greatest
Okay, there we go.
living EMPs I've ever seen. But Foos is number 2. And not by much.
No,
Like, they
when
are neck
was
and
the
neck.
last time you saw me have any problem? Flandy, you just
now.
fucking take a
Anyway.
second. I said the last time, that is before
Rude.
time. Flandy, just fucking wait 2 weeks. Something will come up.
I think if we combine them, they could be weaponized.
Anyway, that's what it was. And she's coming down the stairs. And you found me.
Leonard, you can't keep being our GM if you wind up in a dark pit somewhere. You're gonna get interrogated for all your weapon ideas.
That's a good point. Anywho, yeah, you are seeing a Revia come down with Zolanini towards you as you are exiting the study, and they are coming down the stairs towards you.
All right, she's gonna close the disguise pack and kind of like brush away all the extra SS powder and stuff like that. Oh, sorry. Rolos gave me this thing. I was trying to figure it out.
Well, I feel like you apologize a lot when you shouldn't. It's fine. How are you? Good morning.
I'm so much better.
Good. I think we all slept pretty well thanks to your Desna.
She visited you.
I feel like she probably visited most of us. But yes, she did.
That's fantastic. She did mention that she was visiting. I also have this new staff. It's pretty great. I mean, absolutely amazing. It's capable of so much. I'm still wrapping my head around all of it. But what happened with you?
She just kind of talked quite a bit. And she kind of like points up at her head, which is now like, I want to say tiara-less, but it's not a tiara. What the fuck? It's circlet. There we go. It doesn't have the circlet's not on anymore.
Is it wrong that I think we should commission an art of Revia with the Biggie crown?
I don't know if her lips are big enough to get that attitude though. Anyway, oh, I just kicked fucking karate kick. Anyway, she kind of points at the because with the circlet on, she had 4 horns total, 2 sets. But now she's down to her usual 2 horns. But they are still meatier, right, Nunners?
Yeah, they're still like thicker.
Yeah,
coming out. Not like those are like permanently thicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like almost.
We're gonna tilt her head and squint at her and be like, I almost forgot what you look like without all the extras. How do you feel?
Fine. I haven't had them for that long. I mean,
we fight all the time, so one day is like 8 months in our time.
yeah, I can understand that. But I think she really helped us all settle, I think. I feel very rested.
Yeah. If you want me to tell you more about Desna, I'd be happy to.
She's kind of not supposed to be talking to me anyway. Did you know she murdered a demon lord?
Hey, Ninners, did I know that?
She didn't talk to you about that.
I'm gonna say, given your relationship with her, and that I would say that you may have dreamt upon it. You don't know all the gory details. You just know that she made an incursion on the abyss. Something happened. She's kind of persona non grata. Yeah, exactly. If you want to give me a religion check, you can get from me perhaps further details if that's what you're interested in.
All right, let's see what my religion look like today. Let's get a preview. What's to come?
Here we go.
Let's go.
She gonna be a single-digit Sally?
Rude. So rude.
Or a double-digit Donna? Let's go.
Let's go, girl.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
huge.
all
That's
right.
big for
God,
you.
your religion is only +1.
So
That's right. She only needs to know about one deity.
Let's go.
Right, one is for one deity she learned.
At one point is stone for Desna. That's it. It's flat roll for everything else.
I would say in regards to this, you recall her and obviously AOR, which was that horrible demon lord who was just doing horrific things to the dead or the dying, to their loved ones. Very kind of just vindictive attitude. She, in her fury, destroyed, because in Galarian, the abyssal planes are slightly different, and each demon lord can have like their own abyssal plane.
Yeah.
It's a chunk. It's not like the huge, like infinite abyss that is here, but they have their own plane. So she essentially tore him in half and then destroyed his plane, essentially salting the demonic earth, if you will, which caused a bit of issue. And I'm going to actually test Maya. It's up to you. I can give you another roll, or I could test Maya's knowledge of Galarian's pantheon.
So I ain't read that book in a very long time. But you go ahead and you test me, fam. I want to see.
I'm gonna test you.
Because I don't trust my rolls like that. So
Okay.
See what I know.
In your dream, you remember her escaping from it, and it kind of being washed away by a swarm of wasps.
Calistria?
Correct. Well done.
Let's go, girl!
And if
You're
you
worse.
if you extrapolate on what she's the god of,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And what she's the god of, and how she would use her powers to make that go away, you can more or less probably figure it out.
Wasp's vengeance, deception. She does a lot of roguey shit. I do remember vengeance and like wasps being huge with Calistria. Maybe deception. Wait, are you asking about Calistria or Desna?
Well, just how she avoided a war, essentially, because she did breach the hell pact.
Well, she's a goddess of travelers, dreams, stars. So what?
True, but you can't go at Merc like one of the persons of the Pantheon, essentially get away with it. So that's
but TV shows do it all the time when they end the season and they're just like it was all a dream. Did I win my prize?
No, you did not. But you, as either the person or the character, can roll on that, and I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Person or the character? I need you to roll in real life for your brain.
Hey, listen, the matcha ain't kicked in yet. Be glad that I remember Calistria and that she.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
That
That was well done. Hey, take a D6 for that. I'm impressed. Go.
Hey!
That was no hesitation.
Yeah.
Hey, I love Pathfinder's Pantheon. It's very cool.
So all that kind of circles back to what Revi was saying.
Have that very long answer for yes, hello. He's not supposed to talk to demon lords.
Oh, well, yeah, she's going to. Oh, yeah. We don't really speak about that openly, for reasons.
Yeah.
But I have dreamt it.
Because of that, I don't know if it's really a good idea for me to reach out to her more. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate her visit and I appreciate what she has given me, at least, which is a nice rest and I guess a choice. But I don't know if we'll be really contacting each other much.
Well, and this is not me trying to get you in trouble, but what happened back in Galarian, not here, not with your whole, you know.
I do get that. I'm also. I've never been one to look up to someone else, and that sounds maybe like it's ego, but maybe it is. I've just. I don't know. I've always
Known her for a long time.
I've just been taught that the main thing is the environment that surrounds us. And that's more or less where I've pledged my attention.
Yeah, my journey wasn't exactly typical. I didn't come to know Desna in a temple or the way one might expect of a typical clergy person. It was through my travels, through my dreams, through my experiences in the Feywild, and through the omens that ultimately led me here to join your side.
And for that, I'm grateful. But anyway, I was on my way to see Scribbler. I believe actually both he and Tithian are here currently, but downstairs.
Does Zolan still have butterfly wings, though? Yes!
Yep.
So,
Oh my god!
have you tested that yet? She's gonna kind of tilt her head and
Aren't they?
music.
Also, just to remind me, aren't they like slightly transparent, or are they like full?
Yep.
Okay. I was like, if they're like full physical, you can see everything about it. Okay. She's gonna look at them and then look back at you, Femi. I don't know if they're functional, and if they are, I don't think he'll like it very much. He is, as I found myself saying a few hours ago, a land shark. Neither of those belong in the air.
Well, I do recall that we do a lot of travel by air, whether it's being dropped, having to rely on the floats, or flying in a dragon's hands. Maybe being able to do it himself is better than the alternative.
I agree, but I don't know if those, she's looking at the wings again, would fly as fast as, say, a dragon who is kind enough to carry us all. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just don't see it.
I think you should go outside at some point and just test, see what they can do.
Yeah. Why don't we go talk to Scribbler first, and then we can test the butterfly wings another time. He's gonna have a flight.
She's gonna laugh because she knows it's hurting her soul. Also, the idea of just seeing something.
Those arms that you did is exactly what I was I want to do with myself.
I know what's happening to me, but I'm flying.
I was telling Dubs, I was like, he's gonna have a flight speed of like 6. That's a big jump. He's gonna go nowhere.
Got to round down
Imagine
every
what it's
time.
like for anybody looking up and seeing. Just wait, hold on.
Yeah. Are those butterfly wings supporting an 850-pound monster? Incredible. Yeah, but Mothra had a proportional moth-sized body to the giant moth wings. Not the case. Also, moths are like 90% dust. Not the same with fucking Zolan. Oh, God. But yeah, so after that, I think, like, Ravia's not amused thinking about it. Like, she's thinking about it too logically. So she's just like, he won't be able to fly, and he's probably still gonna be faster on land. So, like, these are funny looking, but they can't use them. But she's gonna, like, think that as she's going downstairs. Kind of
Everything that has just happened to us in the last 24 hours, I think maybe just try. I'll try to rationalize.
I'm going to say, Ravia, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
To see if she also gets butterfly wings.
I'm in Zolan's range. I get advantage. Do I still get? Is this like a non
This is specific to you.
Me, got it. That's what I'm asking. All right, cool. Just figured I'd find out. Hey, Nettis.
Yes.
When was the last time you heard me bitch about how Rangers are the only class in this game that do not have proficiency in the saving throw that they use for spells? Okay, I'm done. Here you go.
What?
I'm pretty sure it was the last time I asked you to make a
Sorry. Also, your girl is real stupid, and she swapped the blessing and the number and the name. So I got a syntax error when I tried to roll because I put words there instead. There we go.
Excellent.
17.
You did
You
good.
watch for like the faintest second, your staff pulses. And you're like, that's weird. And like the second it comes, like you're just like, that was interesting. Maybe I did something. And as you're doing that revive, you get like softest of voices. Like first it's like a ferocious form of deja vu where you're like, whoa. And you hear Desna's voice. Don't forget to enjoy the trip. Don't be too afraid to dream. And her, as she says dream, her voice just fades out. And you're left with a lingering sense of deja vu, but it's quickly fading.
Okay. That was based off of how Revia was going to react. So, like, your staff does that, and then I think Revia like takes 2 steps, but like very slow, like her regular pace, and then like a fuck, and, like keeps walking. But like as she's walking, we'll kind of like talk over her shoulder to Euphemie. Did you hear anything just now?
Did I hear anything just now?
Yeah, like, did you hear? You like look at your staff, like, what? No, you didn't hear anything. Didn't hear a damn thing.
No, I didn't. What did you hear?
I was told to enjoy the journey, which is part of the thing she mentioned to me before. And I'm starting to think it's part of the reason I'm not terribly fond of... She's fine. There's nothing wrong. She's great. Things are clearer in the wilds. There's nothing talking in your ear when you don't expect it or listening in on conversations that you thought were between 2 friends. So it's a little uncomfortable sometimes. I did my best to avoid, and she kind of like taps at Lava Lash, this, even though that seemed to be helpful for me anyway. She like takes a second where like I don't think she's gonna say anything out loud, but I feel like just reading her face, which is not subtle at all, she looks like she's kind of like internally battling something, and then just like
She's
anyway.
gonna lean in and be like, "You don't seem to be enjoying the journey."
I didn't want to hear that from you. Can we go to Scribbler right now?
Sure. So between here and Scribbler, is there any patch of outdoors?
No, you're the dungeon.
No, comma, you're in dungeon.
I'm gonna keep testing this until
The amount of DM questions we've gotten. Every 5 minutes centers. What the fuck am I looking at?
She's gonna be like, it really seems like you're just trying to rationalize your way out of a lot of things that are strange. We're literally going to Athas soon. That's pretty sure you didn't wake up yesterday morning thinking,
No, we're not, but we're going there so that we have the correct tools to stab something to death, and that's pretty logical to me.
No, we don't exactly know what we're going to encounter. That we have educated guesses, but we're still kind of taking a leap there.
No. Not that we're going to Athas to stab someone. We're going to Athas to get the thing to stab the firstborn with. So.
Do you remember that fellow we encountered back in Foozca? I forgot his name.
I was like, we met many. Like
the deity, the weird one, halfling dude, former associate of Dragoff, mentor, guy, person. Then there's this looking at me with disapproval.
The flowing head right now. He's flowing hard.
This disembodied head is just not believing in me, right?
This disembodied head is believing in me right now.
His name was Rajat.
Yes, Rajat. Yeah, she's like, do you remember I encountered with Rajat very well?
Decently well. Is there something in specifics you need me to recall?
No, it was just very strange and just out there and kind of random in some ways.
I think as though you are assuming I can't handle strange happenings.
No, I think in this particular one, you're probably trying a little too hard to make sense of it.
I'm not trying to make sense of what's happening. I'm trying to make sense of what I'm thinking.
Of what? I'm sorry, I missed that part.
I'm not trying to make sense of what is happening. I'm trying to make sense of what I'm thinking. Which normally, if someone pops into my head and I don't want them or did not invite them, it is, please go away. But she's pretty nice and she's helped me, so that shouldn't be my thought. So I'm currently dealing with whether that is appropriate or what I should do in return. But for now, I would really just rather see Scribbler.
Well, I mean, we're on the way to do that.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, I'll take this over that last, I don't want to say the name out loud. Our last very draconic, very annoying foe that you had to chop off some things and throw them over a cliff, you know, the one that was kind of in our heads when we were trying to sport communicate with each other. That was, yeah.
Strangely enough, most of that sentence could apply to many different enemies. But yeah.
Right? It happens a lot.
Yeah. For a second, she's like, God, I miss my Vorpal sword. Anyway. Yeah, with any luck, we'll have some final answers, but we've fought most of them now, which might help us for the next fight. But I imagine it will also help them, because I imagine that they learn probably faster than we do. So any tactics we used last time, I'm sure we can assume they won't work again the second time.
What happens for you when this is all over, all this fighting?
I'll tell you when we get there.
How about you, Zolan? Just rubbing his head. See, he's very direct. I like him.
Yeah. I also like Zolan because he's very direct. But she'll actually like smile and chuckle a little bit at that. But look back at you for a second. Have you seen Roland this morning? This night? Today?
He gave me this disguise. Well, it's not mine, not the one I gave him, but it seems to be better somehow. It's rare that I ever get involved with anything he does and come out better for.
Rude.
Still kind of wrapping your head around. I gave him my disguise kit. It got a better one in exchange. It's not ruined somehow. Or...
Do you know how it works?
I was still fiddling around with it. When I saw you, I think I have most of it figured out.
Well, that's good. Good luck with that. You were here for the polymorph idea, right? The sort of long-term one.
Wasn't she unconscious? I believe she was very.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you weren't there.
Polymorph idea?
Right, that's part of the reason I was going to go meet him. There was the possibility to, rather than relying on magics or whatever to hide some of our appearances, not to, I suppose, fault your disguise kit there, but we have some, and she's gonna like point at her horns and then like motion at like Katasu's beak, things that are probably a little harder to hide. But they decided to look into a potion that is a sort of long-term polymorph. So in that way, we're not calling on a spell, but it is simply the potion that we can take and hopefully last us long enough to get into Athens without raising too much suspicion.
Considering it's a world pretty much without a wave of its own, maybe if it holds up, I guess that'd help.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if he's had time to work on it. I actually don't know how long he's been here. Also, if we've been walking and talking the whole time, are we
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. You're already there pretty much.
Okay.
Oh,
but I assume you were kind of doing like the two friends mosey stand, like walk.
Yeah.
Like going more sideways than forward, but
right, exactly. We're not like hauling down the stairs.
Yeah. This isn't like you're going to the boardroom. You're like walk and talk with me. And you got clipboards and you're just
Yeah.
No. But we'll say if you would both desire, you could be at the threshold.
However, that is absolutely the scene inside.
Oh my god, yeah. So, what do we see inside the threshold? I would say that. Look! Oh my goodness! Hello, we're back.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
It's Leia and the book.
Oh, she's on the corner. I was like, what the fuck?
That's a bad book.
No, bring it back. No.
That's a bad book. The best part was that wasn't even the DM. That was the Foos. Oh, and then you got it. Wait, is it? No. Oh, there it is. Okay, it took a second. Don't worry, I'm just swapping to the map, but I gotta make sure everybody's visible and stuff.
I'm not too worried about the exact position because I don't anticipate you guys getting into combat here unless Flandy really fucks this up.
Don't worry, and then just give us some time.
Whoa! I feel personally attacked tonight.
You are.
Oh my god. I gotta see just get shoved into the corner.
He'll be here soon, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
I forgot to heal. I'm dumb.
Yep, you guys got full rests and full everything, so should be as good as you can be.
Hey, how come I can't
one more character?
That's
what I was looking for. I couldn't remember where I put him.
And Titian.
Titian, I'm still working on his thing.
Okay, because I was like, I don't think I've ever seen artwork for him. Okay.
We have not, because I'm working on it.
Okay. He's an old, short-haired, cranky elf. He's not that old. He's like, but he's not like super old. I realized the way I said that.
Yep.
What's supposed to have 147 hit points? Seems.
I don't even see your hit points.
I'm working on it.
Did you roll when you did?
Oh, you're not on the map that we're on. That's why.
I moved him. Oh, okay.
You probably have to copy paste her from the other one because that one's accurate and this one is not.
Whoops.
Holy shit.
Did not mean to do that.
Oh God, girl, why?
Hey, listen. So I know where all the books are.
Yeah.
Yes. You do indeed.
If
they were,
you need a book, I got you, fam.
If they're arranged in the druidic style. But yeah, you essentially walk in on the three of them kind of like a semicircle around Scribbler and Roland, who are currently like Scribbler's instructing him, and Roland seems like in the zone. He's focused. He's got he's exuberant. He knows kind of what he's doing. There's some concentration, which is usually somewhat dangerous for that character. But that's kind of where you are. Roland, I will say, when you get a chance, roll me an Arcana check to see where we're at with the alchemical steps.
I wanna.
Hey, quick question.
Take that.
Get the hell out.
Flandy, what are you tracking on your stuff? Like, I see the hit points, obviously, but what's the 11 and 3?
I don't see that at all.
I only revive.
I see that on revive. Yeah.
Oh, for me, that's my rages and my spell slots.
Okay.
Yeah, which you don't have to have on there. It just with the update, it like re-defaulted all the defaults.
I mean, it's always been like that for me, so I'm good to go. Which, by the way, after fucking hitting level 17 as a goddamn ranger, that goes up to 12, baby. All right, sorry, continue.
Noise.
Yeah, don't forget your newly leveled stuff. So yeah, Roland skillfully is following Scribbler's instructions to his surprise. And with that last roll, Roland, you are holding a potion that is currently like stabilizing. And it's interesting because, most of the time we throw all these kind of weird ingredients, pour it all in. There's been smoke puffing out, some weird patterns, some glitter added in. It's very strange kind of situation. Not actual glitter, but some kind of like material, like organic material that looks like glitter. But it essentially all kind of begins to roil for a bit in there. You kind of, it takes a little bit of effort for you to stabilize the potion. But after a good 20 seconds of shaking and almost like an inverted boil, it stops. And the color goes to kind of like a light pink that you're holding. And there's a little bit of a glow to it that you see in your hand. And Scribbler's kind of like, you did it! In your hand, you hold one of Scribbler's polymorphic potions.
Ooh.
Just one?
I mean, you were only doing one.
Rude.
Damn
Wasn't
it,
gonna bet-
I thought we were
he's
doing
gonna-
a whole batch.
But you are, but he's not going to bet the whole farm that you're not going to fuck the whole
Right,
thing.
yeah, exactly. So let's probably step in at it once and see if you ruin all of our ingredients.
Yeah. So Scribbler starts making one of his own as he's just kind of like, good job. I'm kind of impressed. And starts kind of mixing it, matching his
Hold
own.
on one sec.
What are you saying? Oh.
Right. So,
Okay.
it's like, yeah. he's kind of like leaning into it very ridiculously hard. He's like, yeah, I'm a kind of an alchemist now. Just fucking put shit together. He's just like a super yeah, I did that on purpose. I as expert.
I is expert.
Indeed, it's just like, you followed instructions. Don't get over yourself.
It's like, yeah, but I did it.
Revise
Yeah,
your
good. See, he's happy.
kind of notice Scribbler's excitement and just be like, oh, okay, good. So things are going well. Surprisingly, I suppose. Then she'll kind of walk over and raise her voice a little bit just so she can be heard. What are you making? To roll them?
Oh, I thought you started talking about the Scribbler. So
To roll them?
I is expert. What are you making?
And then Brady's chewing his soul. It's like, huh?
what? I guess he's too busy semi-gloating with Aunt D. He's like, huh, what? I made it. One down.
When the potions? The
The potion. Yeah.
Oh.
Apologies potion.
Yep. Okay, that's good. Just gonna look at Scribbler just to kind of see what he's doing or if he's reacting at all.
He's doing very similar to what Roland was doing, but there's a little more fluidity in how he does hit. Everything is just kind of. If you ever watch a well-practiced chef assemble a taco or something, it's like seamless because it's like everything just is falling where it's supposed to be. It's economy of movement where if one hand's moving something, it's to place it in preparation for the next movement, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But as a minute or so after you ask him, he's also doing the shake thing, looking at it, and then you see it kind of bloom in that light pink. Pulls up 2, and then gives you 4. Do you need 4?
I think 4 is actually good. She can change herself, and Roland might be able to as well, but considering any mishaps that happen, it might be good just to even have backups or, 4 is good. Please, thank you.
Okay. As he continues to kind of mix stuff up. He's actually kind of scrounging some of Roland's spare parts and putting them to the side to perhaps try to scrounge up another one.
At the Roland can change himself thing, he's like, he's just kind of doing the yeah, it's definitely more. Doesn't last as long.
Either way, it's good to have more than just the amount we need.
That's definitely.
Tithian turns around. Aloysius, old friend, you might owe me 50 gold. Outside of that, because I took a little bet to see if he would blow it up.
He's gonna hear. Did I have it in my?
But he'll turn to Ravaya. I trust you've done no sourcing of any kind of desert clothing, and you're just going to burn alive in your current garments when you go to the hottest plane outside of the plane of fire.
We didn't exactly have time to go shopping when we were here, but no.
How about sand?
What sand? Like
Sand.
preparing for sand?
Yes.
Yeah, no, we haven't had time to do that. We're making preparations now. I just wanted to see how things were going here.
I see.
Uh-huh.
He just flashes me a smile. I don't like this plan. I want you to know that.
I haven't seen you on this plane in quite a while. But thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. That being said, we're still making a few things, and I know Scribbler was going to be here, but are you helping with the potions or something else?
He points to a series of bags in the corner by some books. Each one has one of your initials on it.
Oh, is that the preparation for sand and desert and sand and says sand?
Yep.
Thank
That's
you.
correct. You're welcome.
Did you figure out that one dude's ailment?
Excuse me. Oh, yes. He is on the mend. It'll take a while, but what Scribbler prepared is actually working. We're still monitoring it because obviously it's first batch experimental. So, last I heard, it's doing well.
That's good to know. Well, like after he asks that, I think she's gonna like wander off and go look in her bag and see what's there.
Just up at the top, you can see a cloak, some boots, what looks like a very fine kind of like robe that you would wear under a cloak. Like it's white, well, more like an eggshell kind of, not like a white, but like eggshell kind of material. All of them are very finely made. If you want, you can give me a check. Actually, I don't know. Give me an investigation check.
Oh,
I am going to say a disadvantage because you hang out with trees. So
yeah, that's what
you're not going to know like manufacturer marks or anything like that. But
manufacturer
this is the off chance that you might recognize one. Like, oh, I saw that in the store one time.
Nah. 14.
One of these, you've seen this emblem before, and it reminds me of one of the things you saw in the oiled lamp.
Oh.
But like you're just like, I don't pay attention to this at all. So, but it is like part of the hunter view is like, me no symbol. I remember that. Like, the pattern tracking part of Revive's brain clocks that, but has no idea what it's tied to.
Why is the hunter side of my brain real stupid? Excuse you. No, that's actually like probably exactly what it is. She just like takes some pictures.
Animal, hunt good.
Yeah. Saw symbol before. Symbol good. Yes. I think in noticing it, I guess, so just kind of be amused for a second, but she's gonna stare at it. Is there any magic on it with her true sight, or not even magic, just anything? Is there anything with her?
Oh, it's just glowing with magic. There's all kinds of magic stuff going on in there.
Oh, what kind?
There is transmutation on most, and there is conjuration on the boots.
On the what boots?
On the boots.
On the boots. Okay, transmutation on most. Sorry, hold on. I think Nubs is getting ready to settle down. I gotta clear the landing. Okay, so.
It'll be right at the back.
She's gonna kind of like close the bag and then like look over at.
There's also a book in your bag.
Okay. Okay. What? She reaches for it. What does it say?
It doesn't have a cover, and I mean it has a cover, but no like.
Oh.
But it's just it's braille. Uh, but as soon as you open it, there's a kind of cover page towards of it, and it's the mysteries and monsters of Athas. And as you kind of flip through, there's like it's very much kind of like a monstrous manual of Athas. It shows you like a good chunk of monsters and maybe not entirely accurate information, but like people who survived, that's what they reported. It's not like by Volo or someone who's like hyper academic, but it's essentially a survivor's account of what they encountered and how they survived.
Understood. How come in both campaigns, when you go to a desert, you get a monstrous manual? Oh, okay. She's gonna start flipping through it and just kind of like confirm that she could read it, and then like, I guess just because she's flipping through it, if anything catches her attention for whatever reason.
Okay.
I guess considering her speciality, her specialities, if anything looks undead, draconic, probably way obvious, but undead or fiendy, or maybe even things that maybe look like Zolan or something. I think those would be the things that would catch her attention if she was just breezing through it.
Undead. Give me a second.
I'll take your time then. Don't worry. Can you guys hear?
I hear whatever's going on in the background there.
Oh, there's a party outside. Okay. I can close the window if it's getting too much.
It's not bad for me. I
okay.
Speak for him.
Okay. You let me know if it's too much.
You do see that there are probably the oddest thing that doesn't really fit into the other two, but it just comes out at you. There's a hunting cactus. Like it's full spines. It can sense things through its mind, and it will essentially ambush prey, like using its psionics essentially. And anything that gets too close will get essentially needled to death, and it will then kind of go over. The halflings use their darts as like blowgun darts essentially. If they can kill them. But it is surprisingly intelligent, and if you are a psionic, it can communicate with you. However, if you are not a plant, it will refer to you as meat creatures.
Okay, so when it speaks to you psionically, the cactus will call you a meat creature.
Yes. Meat creature.
Yes.
What do they have like general temperament in like here or?
Let's see.
You know? They're like, is it like? They're nice. You kick it and then it'll fuck you up, or is it like, or is it like if you come within 30 miles, they'll come and ruin your day?
They generally do not. So it's kind of the inverse of how we see plants. They don't think meat creatures can feel. Or have any kind of reasonable thing to say.
Okay.
So it doesn't regard them highly, but they're not like super active hunters. They do have a movement speed of 20 feet, so they can move. And they drain people's blood. That's essentially how they eat. But yeah, it's
they drain people's blood. Okay.
They can also mentally shunt you away from them.
Ooh. Cool. So I think she's gonna be like genuinely fascinated with that. And while Ravia's like looking through things and being like, it's a fabric, I kind of know this symbol, that's interesting. She's just gonna get like lost in the book in the corner. So like we can move on from her, but like I think she's gonna be like weird, like squatting because she was looking over the like bag, but then got stuck there and like paging through this thing.
Yeah, I will say one more thing real quick. There are dwarf banshees are a familiar thing, and the first thing that strikes you is the images of these dwarves. There are no beards at all.
Ooh, that's weird.
There's not much facial hair or anything on them. It's all like borderline full-blown alopecia with the exception of like eyebrows, and even that is thin. Also, these guys are all like 2% body fat. Like they are all like they're just square, little square blocks. They're like, yeah, they're 4 feet tall, 4 feet wide. They're just
great. Why they are tall? Let's go.
Yes. There seems to be some level of like the dwarves here need to have a focus or some kind of drive in their lives, and those that fail can succumb to a unique form of undeath. Which has them kind of protecting what's theirs, futilely trying to finish a focus that they can never finish. And if anyone, and usually that involves being dwarves, some level of craftsmanship or valuables, and that's how like adventurers will run afoul of them. Like, oh look, shiny, and then out come the dwarf banshee who's like, I've been working on that all my life, and then down you go. But they can detect life, and they have a cursed gaze.
Detect life. Okay.
Yes. They can also forcibly cause living things to decay.
Huh. Well, that's no good.
But I'll leave you there with
yeah, she's just stuck in the corner like, wow. Amazing.
So she's going through that book. Euphemia and Roland, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you want to take the break? You gonna take the break now?
It's up to you guys. I feel like you just got to them. So no, I'll let them do.
Okay.
Then,
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Roll's gonna kind of watch her walk over there and be like, "Oh, all right." Is she reading? Does she? Hey, Zolan. Does she normally read books?
Roll me an animal handling check.
Yo, you sound terrible, Flandy. Why Rolla say something like that? I just walked into. Does she read books? It feels like we're back in Humblewood.
You get your Hazel, and you see immediately his head just whoops around at you. And you ask, does she read books? And she just... It's like a quadruped could shrug. That's kind of what you got. You know, kind of like a neutral answer.
Is he gonna try and get scritches then?
Yeah, he absolutely welcomes scritches at this point.
I don't imagine he has Zolan jerky on him, so it's just gonna be physical scritches.
Yep. No, that's no problem. He's got plenty. The one thing that kind of alarms you is just how unconsciously strong he is. Like you go to scritch and like nudge into you, and it's like, yeah, you're a giant, but you're still getting shoved. You are the closest in height to what would be like a regular dog-human kind of relationship, but he's still almost hilariously strong. But after budging you around a little too much, he backs off. But and then kind of plods back over to Rabia.
I guess Roland will see if they need help with more potions, or if that's it.
There's one more you can try if you'd like to go for it. Because Scribbler has done the other two, I'd say, in this interim. So you would be using the scraps, which means the DC is going to be a little bit higher. He's going to explain that to you. Like, this isn't like full.
We lost dubs.
No dubs.
That means we got swapped around.
Maya, your dubs. Flanny, your Maya.
Right. Yeah. So we're gonna do max damage.
Yeah. And roll the damage dice again.
No, you're kind of silly. You got to do something weird.
Just random bird.
Just siren noises. Let's go.
He's gonna look at what he got, and he's just gonna kind of, like, you could tell he wants to, but he's gonna, I'll defer to a resident expert here.
Kind of nods his head.
But I imagine he was watching like the first one where he was being really meticulous with it. Yeah. And he's gonna try and like help move things where it needs to be, like, so that way when he goes to grab it, it's like right there.
Okay. I'm gonna say roll me a performance check.
Oh boy.
because you vaguely know what you have to do. It's really, are you going to execute this
Oh boy.
and not get in his way?
Don't you have like 4,200 performance?
No, I don't. Nope.
That's still pretty good. All right, so yeah, you are with some a decent amount of effort. I wouldn't say it's like super fluid, but you're absolutely like getting him what he needs when he needs it, which increases his chance to actually
You got what I need.
say he's just a friend.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, baby.
You got
Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's helping out with that. While he's helping out with that, he's gonna kind of look at D'Artagnan and kind of trying to mess with them and send them. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Anywho, he's gonna get a couple of those in there and send them messages and be like, "So you bet against me, huh? Rude." Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah, Scribbler nailed that. With, a natural 20. So good job. Yeah, he does actually was able to scrounge up and with some scraps make a full blown. Because if he failed, depending on how far he missed the mark, be how many like hours it would last. So you might have got one that was like half speed or whatever. But
Okay.
he's very excited. Like kind of emoting to himself and like placing it with the others. But you got 5 stacks of that potion there. But as you go to talk to to D'Artagnan, he's just kind of just. I'll be honest. Aunt Dietz hasn't been overly enthused with your arcane education, so you know, figured I'd try.
Like he's just getting stabbed every which way. Like, well, who's next?
All right, pop quiz then, if you're so enthused, and if you're a betting man, you can perhaps win 50 gold off of me.
Oh no!
Rapid fire round.
Oh boy, is this testing Pleiades knowledge or is this testing Rollum's knowledge?
Both at this point.
Oh boy.
What school of magic
Conjuration.
is disintegrate?
I don't want to look.
I know.
You have seconds. You need to know this.
Abjuration? No, avocation. Boom, boom.
You owe me 50
Conjuration
gold.
is the correct answer.
My friend,
Is it extra conjuration?
it is not.
Oh my God.
You are incorrect on both guesses.
Hold on.
I will
What
only
are
charge
the
you for one.
what are the schools?
It's transmutation. You're changing the
You're watching Aunt D. Like I've told him 3 times in as many days. I've cast it twice. I don't know. What do I need to get through to this kid?
It's just that headband that's
Wearing the crown. He's smarter now.
Yep.
Like, Aunt D's just freaking out right now. But,
Oh.
All right, you know what? You can keep the gold, but just I think I proved my point.
He's gonna ask him like something. I don't know, something warlocky. How many fucking patrons are there? I don't know.
Oh no.
How many patrons? What kind of a question is that?
Yeah.
Also, you don't even know that answer.
There's like an
Get outta here.
infinite amount. You
You're
could
reading a
go
book.
and ask demons and devils and all kinds of things. I mean, you can ask me things like gods or, archfays or something a little more tangible. It's like asking me how many blades of grass there are.
Well, that was kind of my point. Not point, but that was what I was trying to do. Fine, point you. All right, you win 2.
I was only going for 1. Please, I would strongly encourage you to memorize the list of transmutation spells before any physical bodily harm comes to your person. I had to learn that as a child because, well, that's her favorite school, and I would not be allowed to exist in this house after a certain age if I didn't know.
I thought she was an illusion master, and he's gonna kind of like brace.
Oh my God.
Roll me a. Hold on.
240 D6.
Saving throw.
I forgot which one it was.
A death saving throw.
No, it's not. He's not gonna kill
You ever get a backhand from Bigby's hand?
Yeah, it's just, give me a DC 21 Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh.
As you say that, like, wasn't she an illusion? You fall down to the ground as a tortoise. You're about the size, like you're like probably like a good 2 feet in diameter, like you're a big tortoise. You still have like your red hair with the lilac highlights going on, like a little tuft. Yeah. And like little
yes.
like, on his face, he still has the face paint on.
Okay, the face paint is kind of adorable though.
He's gonna immediately try and chomp at D'Artagnan's foot.
What is the intelligence of a turtle, real quick? Hold on. How smart are you?
I'm trying to look that up.
I don't know, but I love this.
Like a regular turtle.
You can give me an attack roll. Let me give you a tortoise. Horizon back
He's
tortoise.
gonna look and be like, "This is
Amazing.
those we're all knowing love."
That's too big. That's way too big.
I don't have any like regular turtles. Oh, the best I got is an alligator turtle. That has an int of 2.
I'll take it.
Rude.
Those are big boys. Those are not. Yeah, an ancient dragon turtle is fucking bonkers.
It's huge. Yeah.
That's why it's like we're looking for like a regular or maybe even like.
But yeah, you are currently trying to bite at 13. Yeah, give me an attack roll at disadvantage with just roll D20, two D20s.
I'm also gonna.
So personally attacked. My roll 20 is being slow as shit today.
It's all good.
You sure you don't want me to roll the dragon turtle?
Yes, you are not a dragon turtle.
You're a dragon turtle with hair and face paint.
Also, not in water.
Is it an aquatic turtle in the game? Like,
I think they are, aren't they?
What turtles? Dragon turtles? Dragon turtles are, but dragon turtles are too. I give you not a dragon turtle. I gave you an alligator turtle because dragon turtles are like a fucking challenge rating of 17. Like they're real strong. And so I was like, that's probably not what you're going for because they're also gigantic. Oh, that's rough.
There's a part of you that it's like I used to move faster, and like you trying to do that, like move quickly. It's like you're in a quagmire. Like your brain fires off, like, "Hey, go bite him," and
it's just
yeah, exactly. D'Artagnan kind of just like takes the minimum amount of like space he needs to step back and just kind of moves his cloak aside.
Get the cloak out.
You're a feisty one. I will give you that. You asked Deep for forgiveness. Well, it's gonna be tough now. You probably can't speak, right? Well,
he's gonna be I don't know. Unless there's some like fucking greenery in this room, he's just gonna keep attacking D'Artagnan. I don't imagine he's smart enough to do anything other than that.
Also, Euphemi is probably just watching this, right? Because like,
she's over there like, how did you?
If you keep doing that, he's just gonna cast levitate and like levitate himself like a good 10 feet, so you can't get him.
He's just gonna like trying to fight the levitation, not really, but just was like, I am vicious.
Well, here's another action. I very intentionally cast the spell. Once you're done being a turtle, what kind of spell is levitate?
And he's just
just. Well, Aloysius is very, very, very hard, like trying extremely hard to not laugh his ass off right now. He's trying to maintain the professional like kind of thing, but it's not.
Is he like
There's-
averting his eyes? Like
Yeah. There's some cracks. He's just trying to.
He's
This
going to
guy
make that
chuckles his
harder.
coughs like, you know.
He's going to make that harder by using her staff to like land a butterfly on the turtle's head.
oh my god.
As the
Sailor Moon stab.
Plenty has no idea. I know it's not divination. I don't think it's enchantment. Definitely not illusion. Not necromancy.
Mhm.
It's not changing anything. So it's either abjuration or evocation. I don't remember what the difference between what is.
Yeah, you know the definition of those words. Can we get a crown for Flandy? I love it.
That's me.
oh my god.
Oh.
Scribbler is also dying in the background, and this is the second time you've got him to like full on laugh in about 12 hours. But as that's happening, Euphemi, whatever you want to do, I didn't want to take any
Oh,
agency.
he was just landing a butterfly on his head with the.
Okay, gotcha.
That's her only.
Yeah. I'm
I
gonna
like-
say. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say abjuration
All right.
again.
So how long is he going to be a turtle for the rest of his life?
That's
We're just taking a turtle to Athas.
We make it. It's like here's our buddy. We strapped him to the top of Zolan.
We have a boulet and a... That would be so adorable.
Oh god.
Turtle riding the boulet with the butterfly.
Oh,
Too much.
God.
Yo,
Too much.
sorry, that is what we say.
Hold on. I have to roll a wisdom for her.
Why is she rolling a wisdom?
To see if she thinks that he had enough.
I see.
So after probably like another minute
Oh,
of you being a turtle and failing to like bite D'Artagnan, you get kind of poofed out of your form, and you are now ironically like quadrupeding yourself, but as like Roland on the ground.
Bite D'Artagnan.
oh,
I was about to say, I imagine he's still
Yeah.
very much doing that. Ah.
except it's way faster this time.
Ah.
Oh my god.
And you hear like in your head, your answer, young man. Levitate is also transmutation.
So when in doubt, transmutate it out.
No, my beloved nephew was just trying to give you a softball.
It's probably the nicest thing that's been done for me in the last 12 hours.
Please ask him more questions. I can see that.
You have much studying to do, child.
Oh my god.
Apparently, whoever you're
Also, I know it wasn't. I was trying to have fun. I'm sure you had yours, and he's gonna mimic another turtle bite.
I did. Thank you. But in all seriousness, your education concerns me.
Jeez.
I don't mean that as a slight. It's something we need to work on.
There's still a butterfly on his head.
Are we?
You-
Do we need to? We need to finish those books. That's what we need to do.
You need to finish the basics. Okay, what did you?
Well, I mean, none of those basics are gonna apply. where
I
we're
understand. I understand.
So,
It's kind of
going. I do understand
Unique
your need for importance. They're just imagine at this point they're just doing that back and forth to each other.
Yes. D'Artagnan should know where those books are. He was in charge of sealing them.
Pretty sure I saw one on the floor when we came in. I mean,
If
I
I
just
could turn you into a turtle again, I would.
Ah.
Uh,
All right. So now that he has his faculties back about him, he's just gonna swap from like quadrupeding, and then he's just gonna kind of do one of these numbers and like with his feet up in the air, like teenage girl in the bed thing. Yeah. He's like, so you gonna levitate me all day?
You're not levitated.
Oh, I thought I was still being levitated.
No, you were never levitated. D'Artagnan was levitated.
Moment because
Yeah.
I want to see Roland with child.
He
I
levitated
thought-
himself to get you out of his range.
I thought he levitated the turtle out of the range.
No.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, you were trying to bite him, so he's like, no, you can't bite me anymore.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was picking up the turtle.
I also thought he was moving the turtle, so he moved himself. Got it.
Yeah, he moved himself. It was
Got
very
it.
much like a.
Yeah. I thought it was a floating turtle. That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
We caught up. We got there together.
Good. Okay, got it.
I'm glad someone was on the same page as me.
I'm sorry, I must not have.
No, you're fine.
No, it's good. It's good.
We're just idiots.
I think it's one of those like perception things. Like if you ask someone, we're gonna move this event to the right,
Forward.
and
Yeah.
yeah, forward and backward. Like, are we moving through time or is time moving through us?
Time.
I am being ruthless. Good God. Sorry. Anyway.
So, all right. So with that being said, he's gonna kind of, I see your point, but that still wasn't nice.
You look, compared to what I had to go through, this is a gift.
Just because someone goes through something bad doesn't mean everybody needs to experience it.
That's a long form discussion, probably for another time.
Speaking of time, so we were reading through the books when we he's going to kind of look up and a wave of seriousness kind of like comes over his face, and he's like, before our uninvited guests.
Understood.
There's still a few things we need to figure out. Specifically, where to find enough metal for at least one of us, preferably the group, probably. And as well as better preparation. I know we can stuff some magic in this bad boy, and he's holding up his ring of spell storing.
Yes.
But this isn't very much. As well as it's been very well mentioned, water and heat protection, things of that nature.
I believe Tithian has seen to that.
He'll do like a head nod. Milady? He doesn't say milady. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Your reaction told me I needed to be a little bit more specific.
I imagine that was D'Artagnan's actual face. Like,
So, yes. You said you needed metal?
That's the whole purpose of going here. Or going there.
it's not metal specifically. We're just looking for weapons to kill the first one.
Well, that's the weapon's made out of metal specifically from Athas. That's what we need to kill him.
Is it metal? I didn't know if it was. Yeah,
It's
I
not
was like, I'm pretty sure it's not.
specifically metal. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh, I thought it was
weapons from Athas.
Maybe I got that mixed up with metal being weird. Weapons then.
That's
This,
okay.
this is great.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. Go abjuration yourself.
What? I don't understand what you said.
Oh my God! What is this? Go protection from evil and good yourself, okay? Poison too.
Purify
You know
your
what's
body.
funny?
Fuck poison.
Is
We
this
don't need
directed
that.
to Vivi? Because she totally can now. She's gonna do it.
So I believe most of your physical stuff, you can check it out. They have bags for you.
Hey, yeah, I did want to. I don't know how often she reads, and I don't know if you noticed. She actually looks. He's gonna kind of look over her shoulder really quick. It's like, no, that one I don't want to piss off. He's gonna kind of get quieter.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to turn you into a turtle.
She's genuinely like crouched over like a creeper, like in the corner, like her back to the rest of the room. Just
He's gonna kind of like hushedly say to the rest of it, be like, I don't think I've seen her this happy. Not that I don't know what this is.
Best you don't go over there then.
I don't know what this is. I'm gonna ruin it.
Agreed.
I've never seen you this happy. Then don't ruin it.
But yes, if you the books, is that what you're referring to? You want to read the books again? Obviously, cautiously.
Yep. I mean, we got a little bit out of them, but I think I don't. Did he get to finish? I can't remember if we started reading Euphemie's books, the Harry books, or if we read the Tabata special.
You got
the Tahabata book is the one you read in which we had to fight the paper creature that came out of it.
correct. He didn't read
Correct.
all of it though, due to being attacked.
We still have a lot to read. Yours is more of a.
Okay, all right.
I feel like can we say we're both doing this for an actual character too?
I'm down.
Sorry, something happened.
Yes, they're talking over each other.
I apologize. Yeah, sorry, he was talking to me. So, yep, that's me. That's exactly it. I'm going to use Blandy's journal book for me instead. He's doing this.
The book that I started to read was the one in which when we got to a certain point and certain figures were mentioned, it assailed my mind and was blocked by the words.
Yes, that's going to be in any book. Or you don't even need a book. You just need to press hard enough, and that can happen.
Why
if you understand
look
correctly.
like you had a stroke as you said that?
Listen here. Why are we ragging on Blandy so hard? Get out of here.
No, we're not. I think that was Rolo's character.
That was me trying to remember shit. That was so rude.
It was so weird.
So is this?
I was asking the DM but which book we were reading when we got attacked. I don't remember if we were reading Euphemie books or if we were reading Tabatage books.
You were reading the Tabatage books.
Okay.
Why did I say Tabatage?
Because it's Flandy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only reason you need.
to be fair, like all cards on the table, I butcher every single one of Fooz's NPCs and or things. So
it's cool. I was every pronoun today. It was great.
Yeah, I can't.
Insert every pronoun here.
One of them has got to be right.
So Tabra's book is more of a this is how I plan on defeating them, whereas Euphemie's book is like the day in the history of.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. He really wants to finish reading what Tabra had to say and what he was plotting. Not that we could fully do everything. I do remember something about the reverse phylactery. Kind of is what we determined.
Mm-hmm.
But
so while you're kind of mentally refreshing, D'Artagnan also gets somewhat serious and he pulls out one of like the smaller desks and pulls out the Tabata book and then has another one that he has out and his brother brings over the 3 Harry books. I've devised a kind of ruse to keep you protected. I will need you to succumb to some illusion magic, but it's in your benefit. What I'm essentially going to do is change all of the known bad words into words that are a little softer on your eyes, if you know what I mean. But I will need to
can we name them after sweets? Like cupcakes and Triscuit and Danish?
You see how I was just shoot D'Artagnan to look. He's like, man, it's not my idea.
Sweet. I don't.
Oh my god.
Like whatever makes you more comfortable.
You know what surprised me? He's just kind of close his eyes and like brace for the illusion.
You're going to read it like that?
Face he makes. Mouth open, just.
What do fur bugs eat?
To
Do
work
you know
yet?
what fur bug?
Do yet?
Oh my god.
Close your eyes, and we'll just.
He's not gonna do it, but Flanny wants to be like, I bet this is gonna be transmutation magic.
Oh
He literally just said, nope.
fine. Nope, it's fine. Don't worry
I'm
about
not
it.
getting involved.
Nope,
Nope.
we're good.
This is you shouldn't be saying this. He
Well,
literally-
that's what I'm saying. Like, Rollum's not doing it. Flanny wants to do it. For the
You hear under. Oh, Rollum's not doing it. Okay,
Yeah, no. Flanny's doing it for the troll of the group, not Rollum.
got it. Okay.
Rollum's just like,
Chain holds his hands out, and you feel like it's this weird kind of like chill initially, and then like a bit of warmth, almost like you got like a touch of frostbite. Where you're like, "Oh, that's cold," and then like it gets like really warm for a moment, and then it fades away into your body, and you open your eyes again, and there's your eyes. It's almost there's a slight like difference to your vision. You could tell it's not what it normally is. Like there's some sheen in front of you. There's something like it's hard to identify, but you're like, this isn't normal vision. But you can tell that
Ooh.
that thing when you get the 3D glasses out of the cereal box and they're like made of paper. And like everything has like the blue and red outline.
it's not
I
a
feel
color.
like he's
It's
gonna initially like try and like figure out what the hell. Like what? That's. Oh yeah. Look.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna dive into Tobler's. He's gonna. You could read the hairy ones. Actually, do they look hairy now?
Thank you. That's so generous of you.
The hairy one.
they still are hairy. Yes, the physical competition hasn't changed. It's just
I feel like he's gonna look at
Real
him.
dusty
Like,
fro hair. Thanks.
he's gonna look at him like you couldn't have made those look better. All right, I'm reading this one.
when you come back, I'm turning you into a turtle.
Oh my god.
He's trying to find a way
And
to make this weird, isn't he?
he's trying to like just concentrate as you're flipping through the pages. So which one were you trying to learn about?
All of them. I have notes. Let's see.
Okay.
We read about the Summoner, which was Paper Mario. He's a Dre.
This man said Paper Mario.
He was. That's what he was.
It's Paper Mario.
That's how I remember
Not
what happened.
Super Mario.
No.
I said Paper Mario.
Did you? Oh, I heard Super. So I was like, what?
No.
Okay, never mind.
The Summoner, comma, Paper Mario.
Got it. Carry on.
He can summon things and hide. Social manipulation. He was Dragoth's assassin, and he's the weakest in psionics. And we got Raytheus, the Mad, the split personality guy with the was it the belt that was his focus, or a belt buckle or something? No, it was the orb. No, one of them had an orb. I feel like it was a belt buckle.
It was the orb. Raytheus had the orb. But his belt
Um,
was the focus that held
Yeah,
the other
alright,
half
that
in
was
check.
it. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything special about him other than one of them was a barbarian-esque. The other one was smart and psionic-y.
One was like a judge, like almost like a judge.
Oh, that's
judge.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other like he's
It was the
Consigning
Mad
people.
Judge and the Reclusiarch.
Yep.
And the two of them. Also, I wanted to get mad at Flaney for the Paper Mario. Not mad, but like I was laughing about it because it was Super Mario first. And then I went to go look at my notes and I have Paper Mario in parentheses. So I think you probably said it before, then I was like, there we go, we're good. Is it in parentheses or is it just nice and clear?
It is in parentheses.
There's no way to read mine because it's garbage, but it's at the very
Take
top.
that.
Hold on, there it is.
there it is. Paper Mario.
Take that.
We both have it in parentheses. Oh my god. Yep.
Judge and reclusionary,
Yep.
reclusiarch.
That's right.
We got Dereader the Faithful.
Derveater.
Dereader.
No, it sounds like you're saying Dorito, but like super southern twang.
Burrito.
We got some Dorito.
Dorito.
You got some of them Doritos.
Yeah.
Derviter? How do you spell that?
Yeah, D-I-R.
D-I? I thought it was
Yep.
D-E. Oh, shit.
Der.
Your heater. I spelled it super wrong. I don't know where my pen is.
Oh, yep. Nope. That's definitely not what I had written down.
Babe, where's my pen? Help me.
That's
I see the pencil.
I love you, brother. Don't ever fucking change.
Oh, yeah.
You
not
are
what I had written down.
my favorite
right.
illiterate man.
Derviter, the faithful. He was a warrior. Initiate psionics.
He
I
was
don't know
the
what that means.
bodyguard of Drake.
Innate. Oh, he's really good at psionics. Illusion, mental prison,
Well,
astrogite.
he's I have in parentheses dummy sork.
There's a pen in my pants.
So he wasn't as like intelligent, but he was a sort like he had.
Yeah, but he just had the yeah. That's a good.
But he
That's a
was,
better way of writing it.
he's not.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
It's just he's not a. Sorry.
No, I would say,
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, what's brain? Help me. Roland would know a little bit about psionics because you did attempt to study it, and although granted your arcane
It is
display
delayed.
has not been great, but if you give me a history or it's not arcana, it's history or intelligence.
Also, if you
check.
can't read this out loud, I know that Euphemi was part of it. I'm sure Ravaya is like too distracted doing what she's doing, but
Yeah.
You talking about the disciplines?
Yes.
Psychokinesis, psychometabolism,
Which do you think
clear
fits
sentience.
the most?
What is it? Clear sentience? Is that one of them? I don't know. I wrote this forever ago, and it's fading a little bit. Meta creativity and telepathy.
Okay.
We're gonna go with
Why don't you roll? Because I'm not sure if Sandy can figure this out, and I will let you know.
Look,
Why don't you
abjuration is
roll?
ages to me. That's how I'm gonna remember that from now on. That makes more sense. You would have in check or what? History? We're gonna go history because it's automatically gonna give me the +2, whereas it's not gonna give it to me. So there you go. That's a 7 turned into a 13.
Okay.
good. It's good.
DC wasn't terribly high. I'll give you one of them. Psychometabolism is definitely something he was using. He was, his fists had like a psionic aura over them. So like when he hit you, it was like you took psionic damage plus physical. Also, he was going at a rapid rate. Every time you guys moved, he punished you. So he was at like an accelerated kind of speed, even for an insect. So.
Hold on, I gotta go back to that page, my stupid notes, because this is everywhere. All right.
I know.
There's this many pages from the psionics talk to the
Oh, yeah,
learn
yeah.
about
Oh, yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the worst part.
Alright.
That's why every time I'm like, wait, hold on, I know what that is, and I have to go fucking page back through my shit.
Oh, Ravaya, in the meantime, I trust you because you know this stuff for the most part, but I'm just going to say Ravaya can get a general glean of what this is from this stuff. I'm going to link it to you,
Okay.
and then you can share it with your homies
Okay.
if you want.
Okay.
Where the fact did I close my chat? I think my chat's closed.
Chat
Why does it fade to white? Why does it always fade to white? You're trying to blind the shit out of me. It's not right. There you go.
I was gonna ask if we're doing this because Euphemi reading the other book,
So I was going to say that D'Artagnan can only do this one at a time. So, and it's a custom spell he wrote. So he's the only one who can cast it right now. But you can work out with Roland which book you want to do it on, and he'll just shift focus essentially. But right now he's with that. D'Artagnan is focusing, but
sorry.
he's focusing, but it's not like I'm trying to hold the world up. Like he's just, you can tell he's like concentrating, but it's you can still talk to him. I mean, you can't ask him what throw a differential equation at him, but he can answer basic questions.
Okay. That was my only question.
If you want, I would say Ifemi, especially given druids and their surprisingly ritualistic and our academic nature.
You're not a monolith.
You're
not a what? Monolith? Get the fuck out of here. Don't make me cycle through your pronouns again.
I'll give them all to you. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
How was I saying? You fucking derailed me. You can think about, if you want to think about in advance what you want to focus on, like, I want to know the geopolitical situation there. I want to know what, you know what I mean? Like, who are the prominent figures here? Whatever she comes up with, you can just be like, okay, I want to focus on these things, and then we can hone in on that after he's done.
I think she wants to study the history of those of his lieutenants and see if she can find anything that can be exploited with them.
Okay, sounds good.
There's one that we haven't learned about yet.
All the time. Maybe we could turn it around and do the same.
The one we haven't talked about yet is because the one we don't know anything about it yet.
Yeah, is that one in this book?
It is.
That's he who desecrates.
Yeah. Most afraid of.
He's gonna get to it, and it's just gonna be like, so this is cinnamon roll. Okay.
All right, guys. Cinnabon is fucking. He's the worst one.
Oh.
That is absolutely when he's relaying this stuff. He's like, all right, we gotta really watch out. Like, what they're doing all the time.
Oh God.
Gotta watch out for Twix Factory over there. He's got a left side and a right side. What's a judge? What's a recruiter? Okay, I'm sorry. The he who desecrates the defiler. Okay. What we got on there?
So you look and you see an image of. It's really weird. It's a combination of multiple races. He has kind of the stockiness of a dwarf, has the childlike face of a halfling, very, very pointed ears, kind of a giant pattern to his eyes, the pupil shape. Looking at him, it's almost like somebody drew him wrong. Just so many different things there, but Tabra immediately begins to explain, like, this is a Pyrene, or at least what he thinks has been described from information he flayed from somebody's head, as was a Pyrene, is what they call them. So that's what he's going to call them. Roland, give me a quick history check.
Are you ready for these shitty spellings of Pyrene, Gunners?
I was trying to beat the Maya one out before she beat me to it.
Foos, you nailed it. Good job.
This is what I was actually. That's what. Okay.
You can't say that after you fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, it's written down.
Oh, shit, mine's written down too.
That's all I was going with. Anyways,
this session
Pyrene.
Yelling and shoving our journals.
Yep. Light PvP tonight.
Yeah.
Light PvP. Fuck y'all.
No,
okay, all right.
Poor Flandes has a target on his head for some reason.
Yep.
I ain't got nothing on my head. How do I have a target?
You ain't got hair.
It's the mustache. That's the
My
target.
reaction was beautiful.
Oh God.
Anyway.
Andy's hair was used in the construction of these books.
What the hell was I saying? Oh, yes. So you were talking about. I almost said his name. The cool guy.
He wouldn't know because okay.
So,
what sugary snack are we calling him, Venice?
I don't think. Well, actually, hold up. Let me do some research real quick.
Oh, all right. Also, doesn't need to be now, but soon is probably good break time.
Yep. As soon as I'm done with this.
Yeah, take your time. Then it's okay.
He's gonna go by Marmalade.
Oh.
Because you went with the Gelatinis, who are of course going to name stuff after jam and preserves. So he's codenamed Marmalade. but his abilities are he is the Desecrator and Life Shaper. Tabata assumes that he was a druid at some point and maybe still is, but seems to also have abilities for desecration post mortem. He was yes, in his life he was a shaper of living things, and I think you've heard this before, where certain species were able to like create organic shields and armor and weapons, things like that. He was one of the greatest of those shapers. After he died, he seemed to take a liking to defiling. And because of his previous knowledge of life, is incredibly good at it.
He's the highest ranking defiler.
That is correct, outside of the Sorcerer Kings.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
That's some nasty shit.
Yep.
Any ideas on how to take out Marmalade that he had, or?
That's his
Tabata was really more concerned with the life thing. He's like, I'm already undead. I'm not worried about being desecrated. So his, like, for minions stuff is not as big of a deal. His concern was like how strong he might be as a caster. So he was going to try to assault his mind if possible, because there isn't any notes on how good of he is as a psionic. And the other element was actually, since you're reading it, because that's in his notes, was to attempt to steal from the Blackstone Cabal and use those items against him. Or somehow get his hands on that stuff. He was trying to had the beginnings of a plot going.
Do we still have the potions of counterspell?
Ooh, we have like maybe one left. It's not good.
Ooh, I love that you turned into Jack A for a second there.
Ooh, it's not good.
Yep. So his strategy was anti-magic and kind of mind assault, essentially.
All right, and the only other thing he wants to try and glean out of this book, I assume that's probably the majority of it, but if he has any information on Athas, I doubt he had the intentions on going there, but I think it was his book that we got the idea of the reverse phylactery being Athas being his, I guess, life source. I don't know.
There's some theories in regards to how, like, him tethering his life force to perhaps the city, not Athas itself.
Okay.
The city is of great
New
importance to him.
Gwisfanel.
Correct.
Okay.
So he had theories that he was being kind of projected to other realms through there and using that as his phylactery, essentially. The other concern for Athas, he, in his words, was a crucible for the creation of monsters. Is what he called it.
What was?
Athas.
Athas was
okay.
for the creation of monsters. Did I get
Tabata saying that.
Did I get your praise for quoting that exactly as you said it?
Yeah. Yes. Well done.
Thanks.
I feel like at that part, Roland's actually going to kind of pause for a second and ponder that. It's like, are we going to be monsters when we come back? Is that? It's an interesting way to put it. Hopefully, we're not there that long. All right. I'll keep reading, but that's pretty much what he's looking at.
Okay. So you've pretty much gotten the information on all of them so far. I believe that's all of them, unless you want to refresh on any of them. In terms of strategies, he just wanted to take them out one by one. He had no intentions of fighting them as a team. He didn't think he thinks that perhaps.
How is he planning to fight them one by one?
Either call upon their name or use his influence as a Umbral Court member to isolate them.
Well,
never mind.
Go for it.
Now I'm not reading the book. I don't think
he's reading it out loud. He's like
She's reading about the beasts of the wilds.
Oh yeah, you be happy there in your corner. Don't be
Yeah,
upset.
exactly.
You be happy. All right. So
I don't think she's gonna tap it, especially after like looking over her shoulder and being like, "Oh, he's a turtle." Carry on.
Did you get the list I sent you, Foozca? of all
Yeah,
the-
sure did,
okay.
Lanners.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm familiar with plenty, but you know,
Yeah, I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. You just,
and obviously I ain't gonna look up some stuff that's
No, I just figured like what would interest Revia would likely interest Foos, so you could just look back and be like, oh, that looks cool. Let me read it, and then you could actually say that to your homies.
I remember so many. Yeah, I'm actually very proud of myself. Anyway.
did he have any inkling on what a pyrene was?
A bitch.
It's an ancient race, and hold on, what did I have in my notes? Yeah, just that it was.
I feel like
ancient...
he's gonna get to that word and he's gonna ask Andy, what's that mean? What's that word? I don't know what that word is.
Marmalade?
Ancient
Pyrene.
or Pyrene? Oh, yeah. It was an ancient race specific to Athas, and he couldn't get much more out of it. It was almost a myth from the creature he extracted it from.
Extracted doesn't sound very nice.
It was top where it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes the way you're saying his name, I keep hearing Tomna, and I'm like, no.
Tabra.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
I'll roll
Tabara.
shadow arrows from here.
Tabra.
Tabra.
Hit it hard.
Rah.
Tabra. Tabra.
Here we go.
He'll kind of recap the information with Euphemia then, since she's there, and then the other folks who are listening in, and use the wonderful what were the other nicknames for the other three? Because he would get a refresher.
Okay. Raytheus would be Jam.
Just Jam.
Just Jam. The summoner would be. I'm gonna go with Flan.
Oh my god.
Flan. Okay.
I will love this.
I feel like that's a very abbreviated version of my name, Dennis.
Wow.
Why does everything got to be about you?
Yeah, it's not.
It's just like a sweet, juicy, jiggly custard.
Yeah. You jiggling, babe.
Sweet
And
jiggly.
Derviter.
Javita would be let's see. I'm gonna go with lime preserves.
Okay.
I don't know how that works. That's what
Gelatinis, that's how.
Yep.
And the other one was Marmalade? Marmaduke? Marmalade.
This man said
Marmaduke.
oh,
Yes.
my good
The
points.
best part about it is that it's going to be like Jam was drone crazy after dying.
I hope this spell
Jam's
stays
mind
permanent
is
so
split.
that when we're finally face to face with these villains, he's just gonna be like, Marmalade!
Oh, it absolutely is. He knows the other three names, so that Marmalade's definitely going to be Marmalade.
I will say that, speaking on Foozie's point, everyone that died, like they all died, obviously, and they've all taken a turn for the worse. Like there was definitely, they were more noble in like being when they were alive. So something strange about that, I guess, from someone who's so that powerful of a necromancer. Some elements of darkness is there.
It's almost as if they've been to the Shadowfell.
But how could they if they were on Athas?
Would
It's just shit. Anyway.
Roland be able to put together? I don't know if Flandy's on a wrong tangent here, but the fact that Dragoth was betrayed at one point, that this was perhaps a cause of that. Like, you're not going to betray me again if I take this away from you.
You'd have to read the Harry books, I think, to get a good enough idea. You could have that as a theory. Obviously, they're not going to stop you with that. But for something to roll on, that's super thin.
Okay. Cool. So that's his rolling theory right now, and he's gonna keep that part to himself. But he's gonna recap everything else, using the wonderful code names, and kind of look to you, Femi, and be like, "Well, when you're ready, enjoy."
And I will say at this point, break time for those of you who want to get actual marmalade in real life.
Sure.
Sure.
Damn.
Part of me that wants to, like, if I could, prank somebody by rubbing a hairy book on their face while they sleep.
Oh my gosh.
You're a menace. You are a menace.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Boy, there it is. There it is. Anyway, so we'll be taking a break for a bit. We'll be back in a bit.
What is our break time?
It's up to Nenders.
$500.
15 minutes sound good?
Sounds
Come back at 10:50.
Sounds good. We'll be back at 10:50, probably 10:55 because we're real bad at doing that. But see you later.
So in other words, 2 rounds of Immortal Empires.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. No, we don't have. worst. Where were we? You guys were.
We're not back yet.
We're not back.
We are.
Oh, now we're back.
Fanny's just lying to me. Anyway,
We're professionals.
What Over there, we weren't back yet. All right.
Oh,
no one here is
my
professional.
God.
We're back.
We're kind of back.
Someone's back. It's not us.
It's just
It's
it.
not us. Someone somewhere is back.
Yep.
I believe someone was reading a Harry book.
Ah, yes. Euphemy is Harry book time. Euphemy is not here.
No.
So,
Euphemy's muted at least.
Oh gosh.
oh, she's muted. That's true.
Maya, is you here?
Nope, she's probably getting another Eggo.
Professional.
Lego
That was a-
Mago.
That was so adorable. I got a waffle. Get the whole ass Eggo. It's
Oh.
cracking me up.
Oh yeah, when she was. That was adorable. That was super cute.
Yep.
Yeah, Raj just doing that stuff in the corner. Katasu can come join us, I guess.
Katasu, we choose you.
We choose you.
What?
Everyone's in the dungeon.
Everyone's
Yeah.
Don't you want to come play?
Yeah. Come hang out. Okay, never mind.
I didn't use it at the moment I said verb. You're like, all right, we're bringing this back in.
Welcome back.
Conspiracy.
You're reading some Harry books, so I was going to ask you, at what point did you want to get involved with the hair? Was it in the beginning, in the middle, or the end?
I think I said that she was specifically targeting the lieutenants and their histories and their weaknesses. Anything.
Okay, that is true.
and where to find these weapons.
All right, so we'll start with the Reclusiarch Rathius. He was. Let me get his. Yep. Okay. Rathius was a human.
Is he also code naming her as well?
I forgot what the fuck I codenamed them because I didn't write them down. So Jam. Thank you.
I was asking if the spell was being cast on her as well.
Yeah. 100%. No, but come on, Maya. I think he's just gonna start summoning all four of them in here.
Also, how great would that be if he was just like, that's just for Roland. But Euphemy can get whatever the fuck she
Catch the whooping.
You actually made her will save when it happened to her. So.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Okay, so Rathius, aka Jam, was a human. Reclusiarch, as you guys kind of knew, so he handled a lot of the spiritual and legal elements. He was a very loyal, kind of like I don't want to say assistant, but definitely, if you're gonna go by like Game of Thrones terms, he would be the hand to his king, if that makes any sense.
When he was a human?
Said he handled spiritual and what?
Yes,
Okay.
spiritual and legal affairs, kind of like Texas. But they so he was kind of the hand to his would-be, Sorcerer King situation, and handled a lot of like political things, was always close to him. Obviously he was somewhat insulated because he was a very Dragoth was pre-death, very academic and focused on what he was trying to achieve. So he didn't see to the day-to-day politics as more as some would. He didn't value it as much. So Rathius did. In terms of like combative abilities, he inherited. He was a powerful psionic, which helped him in legal elements because he would just, peep in on your mind and see what was up, and go from there.
What's that going on in there right there, right now?
Yeah. No need to have a trial if I could just see what you did. So there's elements of that going on. In addition to that, he was also known to inherit powers like other Templars would of that era. So he was kind of like a souped up Templar where he would get spells from Dragoth. But all things told, he was harsh but fair and honorable as far as any writings and information that was put in that book.
He didn't seem very fair when he was beating my ass. Anyway, carry on.
But that's Athas. Who did you want to know next?
Well, does he have anything that's exploitable on him?
If anything, maybe his loyalty to Dragov, but he doesn't. Since the maddening, not particularly.
He was one of the only ones we didn't really have like a foil for.
So, what this book, just to be clear, so I make sure we're not confused, weapons from Guistanel can harm them, but there's not like. It's not like somebody forged like the Excalibur to stab Athas, right? Yeah, exactly. It's like if you had a high quality weapon from that area, based on the fact that it's they're both native to that land, it could strike him or it could do permanent damage. Essentially, what I'm trying to say.
Roland's gonna look for a gavel.
Oh boy.
Yep, plenty of trees over there, so that shouldn't be too hard.
So what's stopping us from just going over there and making a weapon and coming back with it? Be like, ha!
How many of you are blacksmiths?
I mean, you don't have to be a blacksmith to make a weapon. You can have crude weapons.
Oh,
Okay, yes.
there you go.
Yo, Roland's gonna roll up to the final fight with a shiv. We're gonna see how well that goes.
It's just like a rock that he loosely sharpened on the sides. It's just like, let's go.
That's tied with the fucking twine to like a dead tree branch.
Yep, it's good old 1d2 damage. Let's go.
Ready to watch this man get himself murdered.
Yeah.
It's okay, I got this from the prison shank.
I mean, if you feel like you can just get a sling and grab a whole bunch of rocks from Athas and throw them at him, I mean, fucking knock yourself out. I won't stop you.
Go for it.
But will that stop him?
I mean, that's the big key.
Obviously, Rolo's preferred throwing weapon is books, so the good books from that.
Just rob a library.
Oh no.
It's okay, I got my ammo right here.
Clancy's curious, but Rolo would be curious.
But yeah,
what is the currency of Athas? This is
ceramic bits. So they have these little ceramic coins that can have these little like they're like pizza pies. You can pull off like triangles, and they all slot in. So one coin.
So hold on. So you're describing a ceramic version of Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And they slot into each other, so like you can have one single coin, or you can pull them out and pay with a bit.
Official currency.
And then it goes to metal. Like it goes from ceramic, I think, to copper, and then silver, and then gold, obviously. But like copper is basically like the equivalent of gold. Silver is platinum. Gold is hilarity. So.
Okay, so for Athas, I got Jam. Is his code name? Human.
Yep.
Yes.
Handled spiritual, legal affairs, day-to-day politics.
Yes.
He was a hand to Dragov. Prophet Scion, Super Templar, extreme loyalty to Dragov.
Correct.
Spelled differently, because I always have to troll myself.
Sounds good.
And next on the list.
It's no particular order since you started with the third one, but we'll go with Dorito.
Dorito.
He was a Dorito. True. He was a gladiator. Captured.
Wait, what was his code name?
Marmalade. No,
that was lime
No.
that was the other guy. He was lime
preserves.
preserves. Yes.
Wait, yeah.
He's the faithful.
Okay, so he was a
Former gladiator. Was purchased by Dragov from the gladiatorial pits of Urik, Urik.
You put that in the chat.
URIK.
Arigato.
After Dragoth felt his kind of psionic abilities. So after being essentially freed and trained, rather harshly, but he took to it well. So he ended up kind of being a enforcer in a lot of ways, and in some elements a bodyguard if he needed one for whatever reason. But he was extremely faithful to Raytheus. I'm looking at Raytheus and Dragoth. Very faithful to Dragoth because he essentially saved him. Because they were just gonna, they don't treat gladiators well. It's not like Rome where they were highly valued. I mean, the successful ones were, but even then, there's a dime a dozen is too high of a price, really, for life over there. It's terrible. So he was treated much better. Obviously, was educated, was trained, and had thus earned his loyalty and faith was earned by Dragoth, essentially. But Dragoth also had personally taught him how to use some of his abilities, which is why he's so potent in some of them. The other thing is
oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Three Kreen, which is the species that he is, are not known for having long lifespans, and it was noted that he lived many times over, prior to his death, that particular lifespan. So something either was done to him or they figured something out. But God, why? My brain even read that right, which is probably the worst part about that. You're the worst. But anywho, and that's essentially.
Would it be safe to say that a powerful illusionist, perhaps, could exploit his history by, I don't know, making him feel like he's back in the gladiatorial arenas and in chains or some shit?
We were saying that we could possibly fool him by saying that Dragoth thought poorly of him. So if he did something that wouldn't make Dragoth proud of him, then that could be our way into tricking him, because he's scared about losing his master's faith.
Yeah.
At least that's what I have according to my notes, because that was part of our plan forever ago.
But yes, it would be difficult to say because it's not like he was traumatized by the gladiatorial arena. It was just I know this isn't a good place and it's not going to end well, right? It's not necessarily oh no, don't take me back. It's just, all right, I'll take as many of you out with me. Yeah, kind of situation.
You can't make me go back. It's hard.
Yeah. Also, I mean, they kind of got used to their whole immortal situation going on, so I don't know if they fear in the traditional sense anymore. But with that, we'll go over to the summoner, aka the Dre assassin, who he started off as an elf bard, and bards in Athas.
Code names are important.
Flan.
Thank you.
Yeah, Wiggly,
Jiggly.
Continue.
That puff was perfect. Anyway, he was an elf assassin or an elf bard. And bards, bards are assassins in Athas, because of course. But they're known for using poisons and sneak attacks and stuff like that. They are more than just the typical "let me play my lute." They're kind of a dark trade to begin with. After successfully eliminating a target that he was assigned to do, Dragoth decided to bring him in and train him further. He turned out to have a psychokinesis strength and was basically amplified through some training and was used as his kind of left hand, if you will, if there's any kind of piece on the board that needed to be moved. He didn't typically like assassinating people, but if it had to be done, it had to be done. And he used to almost always send him out on those kinds of missions. So as far as the public knows, or his entourage, Flan never fails. So.
That's important to know.
Yep.
Flan never fails.
It does not. This is your fault. It's your fault, Maya.
This is your fault, Leonard.
Whatever.
It's making me laugh.
Oh my god.
This is what I signed up for. Let's go. And the last one
I'm gonna put
is
this one
indeed
on
Marmalade.
Marmalade.
Who, as you guys kind of already know, he's the Life Shaper. He was initially the official druid and kind of tender of all of life. Marmalade.
Did he have a? Did we find out his race too, or because the others are? Because he was a druid, but he was Pyrene.
He was the Pyrene.
He was the Pyrene.
Yeah.
But he was a druid who, especially you, Femi, who was going through this, you recognize him like pretty much immediately. His work with the city that you saw, Guisana, before it was destroyed, with like the hanging gardens and all that, and how you realized it was natural, but also grown and cultivated in a way that wasn't necessarily natural. That was his doing. He also saw to the living armory and maintained and innovated in that particular sphere before his death.
Living armory says.
So the living armory?
Yep.
And after his death?
He became he who desecrates, and was personally trained by Dragoth in the ways of defiling magic and excelled at ripping the life out of the unwilling and channeling that power to his own use.
So another question: are there any mentions or additional missions of Epsom salt in here?
Yes, Absalom was the high priest of Dragoth, essentially. And high priest is an interesting term. So they see sorcerer kings as gods. Dragoth did not agree. He knew that he wasn't a deity yet, and that was something to aspire to. So he was a high priest in regards to like spiritual matters, things like that. But it wasn't like he saw Dragoth as a god. He wasn't there yet. He was granted spells like other kind of Templars were. So there was that level of relationship. He believed in him and his causes and his goals, and saw him as a very strong point of motivation from that regard.
He's Jesus.
Wow.
Sorry, continue.
I love you guys.
Drazus.
Jesus.
It's
Drazus.
Drazus.
Jesus Christ.
No.
Works so well, I can't even stop it. All right. Sometimes you get a train that runs away that's on fire, and you're like, I might as well just watch it go. I can't stop it.
That was on my head. Like, she set me up. I was
What?
just like, I said Jesus, you said Drazus, and then I finished it with Jesus Christ.
She said you got the ball above the net. She just spiked it. Yeah, so it's Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Was
Yep.
Just a quick refresher.
But Absalom was.
I'm trying to remember her. Ephra.
Yes.
She had hold of him during the Blackstaff battle, but did she lose him or managed to?
There was some element of shenaniganery with his body when he got there. I don't remember if I fully described that to you.
Yeah, I do remember that Ephra chased him there, but also there was a giant moth thing.
Yeah, she killed him there, and I don't. God, did I tell you? I can't remember. You know that she lost his body and was basically on the run trying to get out. Given the undead nature of some of his kin and the kind of resurrection thing that Dragoth has going for them, it's not entirely out of the question that his high priest wouldn't have the same ability, especially when brought home.
So the question would be whether or not he made it back to Faerun in time to be a nuisance to us.
Correct.
So we have to keep an eye out for him and his Wall Street ticker.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Does it say in there why they turned so twisted? Rollum's asking you for me.
Yeah. Euphemi,
Dying's a hell of a drug.
roll me an investigation check.
Dying so.
Can I use that survival check from earlier? It was a 30. It was great.
Oh, I know. That's why I was so sad because I was like, your next roll might be sad. It's going to be sad seeing that 19.
You can't go. Give me this. Oh, okay. You do have inspiration. But
That's
yeah.
a strong 11.
She has a
It is
D6.
strong.
You want me to use my inspiration on this immediately?
It's up to you. What I will say is,
Or I'll do it.
let's go. Yes.
Oh.
Don't forget, you get a +2 on that, anyways.
Oh, yeah, true.
So that puts it at a 16, 15.
15.
Okay. Good. That's so.
Crawling our way up from the bottom.
You're up out of the muck like those guppies.
Yes.
Euphemi it's not overtly said, and this is why I had you roll the investigation. You can kind of read between the lines that there were no deities there present. So divination magic is very hard to come by. Those that they do have are elemental, which are not exactly known for resurrecting people, right? It's kind of like, you want big splash or big stone? We got you. That guy dead, your problem. So Dragoth had to in some way manufacture elements of divination magic or divine magic, excuse me, and kind of necromancy. And it seems like in the process of, just from what you're reading and what you're kind of inferring and how in some cases these guys got inverted, it seems like part of their soul and or personality got lost in the process. It wasn't perfect. And for each one, it seems like, to his credit, he tried to different things with each one, which is why each one has like different like psychosis, essentially.
Wait, sorry. Say that first part again.
He tried a different method with each one,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and it resulted in.
It's funny where it's like, I didn't work. Let's try another one. Oh, I didn't work. Let's try another one. That didn't work. Just fucking them all up. Okay.
But that's essentially what you can glean in between the lines.
Okay, so she's gonna be like, yeah. Each of these lieutenants, when he brought them back, it was like trial and error because divination, necromancy aren't really magics that are native to Athas, or at the very least, they're very faint or weak there. So he experimented every time he brought one of these people back, and each of them is missing something. What? No,
you're good. It's I in Twitch, I was just like almost as if there were a rolling table for brain damage. It's all different. He's trying new stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to get that in there.
Oh boy.
You are the villain.
Nanners has these guys who are like got their souls fucked up. Anyway, sorry. Good. You're good.
How many friends did you kill, Foos? How many parents?
So
Not.
But yeah, so she was saying that because of his experimentation, each of them came up with something missing. Each of them has elements of psychosis. They're
he
missing
didn't
something.
do it on purpose.
He
We can use that.
Right. I was thinking about that, but we have to determine what parts of their personalities are gone or can be twisted or manipulated to do our ends.
Well, we don't even need to figure that out. That's our buy-in. That's our believable portion as to why he doesn't have the same amount of trust and or praise as he did when they were alive.
We can remind him that he's imperfect facsimile of what he used to be.
They're fucked up copies.
Why did you just repeat what I said, but dumber?
PvP boys.
They're not really
Tonight.
Copies, though.
You read your book.
Rafaya's not here. Yeah, that wasn't. That was.
Don't yell at me to read the book. You read your book.
Who's just like, there's manta
Someone's
rays
yelling
that
at you to
fly.
read your book. We're saying that. Never mind.
She's gonna like shake her head and get back to reading. See if she can find anything else about their weaknesses.
There isn't any overt weaknesses like spoken about in that book for obvious reasons. And other than that one personality with Der Veeder, you obviously know Raytheus is a little batshit, but if you see somebody breaking the law or something to that effect, that could be a magnet for him.
Illusion spell, jaywalkers, en masse.
Oh, okay.
Just mad jaywalkers.
Yeah. Just annoy him into losing his concentration.
Yeah, that'd be effective. What else did you have?
Do you know how fast you were going?
Whoa! Yo, it lagged hard for me.
Yeah. Your FPS is like 10.
Yeah.
You remind me of Sergeant Slaughter. That's who it was.
Oh no.
Yes,
Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay, so we've got a little read up on each of these jerks. But it was kind of a book of the history of everything. How far does it stretch? Does it stretch to his matters in Faerun in any way, or
no? It just goes from kind of the beginnings of his rise and the beginning of Guistenol as a city, the rise and fall of that city, and then the creation of New Guistenol. And essentially after that, it fades out more or less.
And then it's continued in the next book?
No, that's all 3 books. First book is,
What?
Dragoth, if you will. Second one is, the rise and fall of Guistenol. The last one is the creation of New Guistenol.
I know I'm not reading this or nothing, but does you family know when the resurrections of these bitches happened, like in that timeline?
Yes, but it'd be a little confusing because they don't use the same calendar we do.
I mean,
But
that's
just off of that timeline, that they've been rezzed for at least 600 years.
Wow.
Was that before or after New Guistenol was a thing?
The resurrections were all before.
Okay.
All right.
Spelling that thing every fucking time it comes up. Look at this. You guys read about history, and I'm like, look at these beasties. It's amazing.
This one has 8 horns.
Oh my god.
Okay. Any other relevant details that can be plugged out of this too? Perhaps actually, we're headed to Guistenol, right? New Guistenol. So, is there a map or adequate descriptions of New Citadel in this last one?
Alarmingly, no.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Anything notable about the materials used in its construction?
Mostly stone, sandstone, and silt.
Of course.
Mm.
You say corpses?
No, I said of course. God damn it, Enners. Jeez.
I'm sure there were a lot of corpses involved.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole east wall is. It's just corpses.
All right, so now we're in Attack on Titan. This is,
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Jesus.
Absalom.
Rumbling.
No, they do not use corpses as walls.
Stash.
Jagoff is a fan of modern architecture.
All right. So, go ahead.
He chooses powdered bones. Anyway, you were saying?
Planty. Flan.
Damn.
Okay.
Lime freezers.
Ma'am.
Only plans.
Oh boy.
Can you just speak up, ma'am?
So we have our way over there potentially.
Mhm.
Nobody likes our way back. We have to go find weapons, hide our metal
Mhm.
and ourselves with these potions.
Mhm.
Return. Water's an issue. Time's different, and do they? What language do they speak?
Oh, do we know that? I don't know if we know that. There's no way any of us speak. Well, Absalom was speaking as to all the. I don't know. Fucking. Who would know that? I
We
guess.
find Absalom, kidnap him, and then read the stock ticker on his head until he figure the language
The
out.
thought ticker. Well, wait. What language was the thought ticker?
Yeah.
The thought ticker was in a different language, and the only reason why it was readable was because was able to read it.
Oh, you didn't even try. We didn't go back to the name.
Sometimes you gotta bail and pretend I didn't saw.
What just happened?
Oh boy.
I'm not. No, that's it. That's all you
So I feel like at that saying the language thing, he's kind of looking around at everybody. He's like, I can read it, but I don't know what language that was.
get.
We all got that name brain. It's right.
Great. It's not good. Oh, god damn it. Stop putting pictures in the chat.
So how are we supposed to get weapons if we can't even talk to so that puts trading out of the options potentially.
I don't think the intention was to ever trade. I will say, even though we're not all conversing about this, I think, Rabaya very much had it in mind that this was going to be, a mostly stealth-ish mission, or, not necessarily, no one sees us coming in, but just the, we are flying under the radar. We don't look interesting while we're there. So there's no intention of, speaking to
I imagine this is very much a group. I imagine this is very much a group of underage kids trying to go to the store and buy a pack of cigarettes.
Right. Yeah. I think that's exactly it. Yep. I don't know if it's
it's for my grandma. I promise. I'm not gonna.
I feel like it's more like booze for 100 kids because you have to hide 100. That's a lot of booze. A pack of cigarettes you can just shove in your pocket. No one will ask you questions.
It's for mom. She gave me this money. She said she needs it. I promise.
She also gave me her permission for me to come here and buy this stuff.
She said she didn't want to go to the store, so she sent me.
Correct. Exactly. Her foot hurts, but you can't call her because her foot hurts. She can't answer the phone.
She can't get up and get the phone because her foot hurts. So
here's her ID.
Can I get them?
Here's her ID. That's the best part. Just see how we look alike, and now she's not here. We're good. Anyway, super derailed.
It's just her. We look alike.
Okay. So
Professional.
language barriers established. Stealing cigarettes is the mission.
Do we know enough about the language of this place to know if the speak languages that Euphemia has been spamming would work? It seems like magic's real funky and probably wouldn't work. But
I don't.
Part of the problem is that it's a spell.
Huh?
The part of the problem is that that's a spell.
Yeah.
It's also comprehend languages. You can't speak it.
Hey,
Well, yeah.
Everything helps. But what I mean is, like, there are several shops around here in Waterdeep. Maybe we could pick up an item that. But again, I don't know if it will malfunction when we get there.
I think part.
Also, it's divination, so it probably would be worked.
Thank you. There you go. I was like, Refine does not know this, but Foos is like, that's divination magic. That's
Yeah.
like
No, I just checked. I was like, that sounds like divination shit. That sounds like it would be fucked up.
It sure is.
Anyways,
Like we would go there with that and be like, what?
Rollum's gonna ask the Gelatinas if they have any books on anything Athas related.
I want to see yet another Furbolg study a new language.
No. I mean, how many do your people have on Shangri-La?
Bless you.
Exactly. I appreciate your academic attempts, but this is.
Well, I mean, you have a history, a very long history, and I don't know if somebody somewhere has some. What language do they speak? We need to know this.
My dear friend, I know you are new to wizardry, and I appreciate that. I am not. That's one of the first things I looked for. There's nothing.
Euphemia's actually going to perk up for a second and be like, kind of offhand thought, Sigil? Just, so it's the first thing that comes to mind. What? Sigil?
What?
Sigil.
What do you say?
The city. Planner.
You want to go to Sigil now?
Sorry, it was just a random thought, but
I mean, all right. Let's get things real straight very quickly. You do not mess with the Lady of Pain. None of us, and likely the gods we serve, cannot save you if you do that.
Of course.
I need to be blatantly clear. That is a line that cannot be crossed.
Yes.
So if you make trouble, and he looks directly at Roland.
Never mind. We should not go to Sigil. Now that
if your blade, as well behaved as he is, decides to eat somebody, this could be an issue. You need to.
What are y'all talking about?
Sigil is the city of doors.
Yeah,
it is the only place in the known verse that connects to every other plane, including Athas.
Fan thought, but I figured if we could ever find any information on Athas, and
right. I mean, it's also an exceptionally dangerous place.
Yep, absolutely.
So, why would it's so dangerous? Not even Dragoth himself decided to use it.
Okay. How do I put this in perspective here? There was a god allegedly that upset the Lady of Pain. I believe he is still locked in the labyrinth she threw him in.
What was going to be like? This doesn't give me context if I don't know how long when he got thrown in.
Thousands of years, at least. A god, not a demigod, not some.
I think the biggest clue there is she is known as the Lady of Pain.
She's the Lady of Pain.
Yeah.
She has held rule over the most dangerous and traveled city in existence.
It's a place. I'm assuming I may have gotten my characters mixed up because I know Afra was definitely there after her fooling around in Mechanist.
As a dreamer and someone who travels as much as you do, it wouldn't surprise me that she knew of it and would probably ask, Also,
so
you hear about the city of doors,
but I don't think she's actually been there. And also, I'm like, how much does she know of it? Yeah.
So
you make me roll to see how much she knows about Sigil.
You can roll yourself. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fluent. It's within the conversation.
Well, she's rolling. So Roll's just gonna kind of ask for clarification. Like, okay, I understand this. This is the Lady of Pain, and she's very.
Right.
So just going to her doors will upset her. Like,
No.
what's
She has
the
a
cause of
series of
upsetting?
laws and rules. So, for example, if you're having trouble with a shopkeep and they call the guards and you rough up the guards or you rough up the shopkeep, that could be the last thing you do. If you interfere with business that you may not know of that she is conducting throughout the city, or people that she finds important or is using for whatever, like it's layered. What I'm trying to just poorly say is keep your nose clean.
With that roll, the 12, does she know, generally speaking, about the denizens that could be found in that place? Because that was
it borders on rumor for you. You'd be like, I heard that big ass demons serving drinks at bars, stuff like that. But you wouldn't be able to like definitively say like, yeah, there's XYZ here.
All right, she's gonna. Yeah, so I was in the Feywild. I heard a lot of things about Sigil. Apparently, it is a place where you can find a demon as quickly as you can find a celestial, and there are all sorts of strange manners. And I mean, in a place that is connected to every plane, you can expect the denizens of every plane to be there. So you may think you're defending yourself from a demon, but if it's the wrong demon, who knows what you've just gotten yourself into. The only reason I really thought about it is because I was just honestly grasping at straws and trying to think of any tether we can get on.
It's an option. It's an exceptionally dangerous and kind of a long shot, since it's not like there's an Athasian conclave there that you can go visit and pick up a pamphlet for their language. You're going to have to hunt down someone from Athas, hope that they are receptive to your particular request, and learn from them within your timetable.
You know, if Afra was here, she would probably joke, what if we joined the Modron Rebellion and got their feelings? But she's not. So would be fun though.
So we need to. Okay, this is.
It's a very very slim possibility that it's something we could pull on if we exhaust all the other potential resources.
It's getting crazy in this bitch.
It's the long shot.
It's funny
after all the other. It's just sitting here.
No.
Get the blue wheel of death over his head. Loading. Are you verifying your file integrity right now? You good?
You get
What kid should be.
Zing. Where you at, brother? You had a question. What's up?
Roll was just gonna. Can you
Got him.
listen here? I can't get it right if y'all can't get it right. I don't even know
Your
what day it is.
stupid names.
Real salt! Anyway, good. Sorry. No, we're good.
You got aggro from both siblings instantly.
I know.
I've had it all night.
We've been pretty nice. Maya's the one throwing haymakers.
Aloysius,
Yes. So,
Senior, do you have any recommendations for how we might infiltrate the city of which we do not know the common tongue, find weapons at a return without causing a ruckus?
so
We leave Roland.
Given our group.
he's just kind of glancing over, like lingers on Solon for a bit. That's a challenge. Okay. I would suggest going as traders. At least even in Waterdeep, we get visitors from different cities that don't speak our language natively, the common tongue. Thankfully, we're a very diverse city, and that usually is overcome relatively quickly, if not by magic. But in a magic-poor, resource-rich area, I'd imagine there'd be some level of trading outside the city, and perhaps there are those who don't speak that tongue natively. Or, kind of don't like this idea, but one of you hopefully can figure out a way to speak their language, and it's kind of dark, but you can treat the rest of your friends as the product. Get you close enough
Instantly
to
looks at
weapons.
Ravaya. I feel like she's purposely doing it at this point. She's like, they just said what?
No, I
The
don't.
sand fucking dude has sand attacks and silt.
You
Starts reading it loudly.
She's
The
not.
sand dude.
Nope, not paying attention at all.
Yeah, exactly right.
Ah!
Pretty much.
Basic trade can be done with numbers and pointing fingers, stuff like that. Gladiatorial potentials is a great way of getting yourselves at least a lead in on weapons to arm them or to request armament, things of that nature.
That could
The
work.
tertiary, slightly darker version.
Oh, there's
Is
something
you
darker than slaves? Sorry, carry on.
You slowly wait until somebody gets too far away from the nest, so to speak. Snatch him, flip him so that he's your agent, and that's your lead in.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem dark.
considering we don't speak their language, there's so many ways we could get screwed over or something that.
Get us the goods. It's getting us the goods. What is he saying?
Well, let me put it this way. Flipping him doesn't necessarily mean violence. You are carrying wealth that they couldn't fathom. It wouldn't perhaps be outside the realm. You can throw your weight around a little bit. Obviously, be careful. If you grab a gang member, they might want to take the rest of what you have, but
That's what I meant.
none of this is without risk, obviously. But these are the options I'm coming up with off of just regular covert missions.
You think there are gangs in Athas?
Oh boy.
If you have 5 people in a room, 3 of them are in some kind of organization.
Fair.
So we either suffer the indignity of somebody being our master temporarily, or we play it dirty and go with bribery or other forms of manipulation to get in there. Again, I don't trust us to not get screwed over in some way because of the language barrier, though.
I think the other part of your issue is you're short on time. If you had a week or so, you could build trust, do some bounties, something like that. This is very quick in and out. You could ask your would-be sponsor.
You're referring to damn it, I remembered the name. I had the name. You told me the name, and I forgot the name.
You did, but I believe in you. What is it? Come on.
Oh,
You got it.
oh.
Starts with an R.
No, that's not it. It's not.
It's Mr. Rashput. Kitty Maya is the best Maya.
Yeah, she is.
I'm sorry, I turned into a dinosaur for a second.
No, you fucking loved it. Don't apologize to us. That was great.
This is like, who is it? I don't remember. Starts with an R.
Because you're struggling, and I love you so, it is Rajat.
Oh,
RHA Alpha Alpha Tango.
it's a name that sounds like it belongs to somebody with backwards hands.
It does.
It does.
I don't like the way you said that, Dennis.
I mean, if you want me to make your day even worse, he's on a level that those boys would be running away from him. So
Yeah.
He's
That's moving him down a peg. But
yeah.
Just one?
Just one, yeah, just one.
He's
Just
on
one thing?
levels that they can't even perceive.
Then there's just one.
I said levels, plural.
One.
One level.
That's it.
One mic.
All that needs.
Oh boy. All right. So what is our plan? Robes, like, what do we
need
do?
to
There's so many options.
Maybe we need to contact Rajat for next year.
If we contact him, we need to be ready to go.
Well, the thing is, he can kind of come and go as he pleases, so it might not be that big of a deal for him to come to us. But this is, before we do that, this is probably a good time to kind of pool our resources and ideas together so that any moves we do from here are possibly well thought out. I have been researching a bunch of the natives that we can run into, and depending on how close he can get us to the city, it might be a very colorful walk there. But the good news is, should be able to avoid, hopefully, most. I am very curious to find out whether I can speak with beasts here, if that will work there. But I guess, in a way, I hope we don't find out, but in a way, I'm very curious about it. So the intention is we use the potions to polymorph ourselves into something that looks a little more regular there. Now we've seen halflings that kind of belong there. Absalom was probably human before that happened.
He was. It was in the book.
Good. So we could look like humans, I guess. Or whatever we decide to look like, fixing whatever's necessary. And the good news is, because I've had this book, I can kind of come up with something for Zolan. So maybe we can find something for him too. But the idea is we go there. We have the clothing from, I want to say Alfarius because of you, goddammit, Nenners. What's senior and junior? Aloysius did it. I got it there by myself. No help. Anyway, Aloysius
I thought it was Tithian.
Tithian. It was Tithian. It was. I don't know why I said Aloysius. As soon as I said that, as soon as I got the name, I was like, that's not right, though.
That's why I was confused when you were like A. I was like, huh?
Tithian.
Give me an A.
Yep. It's one of those cranky, skinny boys, you know? So Tithian gave us clothing to kind of cover ourselves and protect us from the heat. So at least it seems as though our physical disguises are pretty well taken care of. I think at the moment we need to find out kind of where we're going, where we might arrive, what our cover is, and I guess any kind of backup plans we might want to have when we are inevitably in trouble. Because we have a way in, and our way out is to kind of ask and hope he's on time, I guess. But other than that, we don't know the language, as we found out. And we can't really communicate very well. And it's not a great place to be. So, keeping those things in mind, what things should or could we ask for while we're here? Your stupid mustache. I can't look at you, man. It's like
Mark just uncovered some gold.
I saw it, and I was reading it, and then I saw your
Gold.
reaction, and I went to go look at your face, and your stupid fucking mustache was all I could see.
Fucking gold. How I wishes.
Oh my god.
I feel like you got us going to the city, but we're like bad boy street team.
Oh my god.
Couldn't work the locks. Oh god.
But yes, she's asking the group if there's anything
Okay.
we should ask or speak of while we're here.
You think he would grant us the ability to communicate?
While we're there?
That's relatively harmless, right?
I suppose. It's I also think maybe we should have some questions ready for him so that when we call him to get going, we can ask him a few of those while we're there, as opposed to possibly calling his attention now and then asking him some questions, then be like, okay, we'll talk to you later.
You think he's watching now?
Dude. No. Okay. I mean, even if he is, I don't think he'd be bothered to come find out or to tell you about it, really. Okay. So we have our physical disguises. We have our physical clothing. It looks like we've gotten some more information on the firstborn. Yeah.
Do we have materials to trade with that are a little less?
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. We should leave a lot of things here. We should bring some money with us, but probably not all of it. I think we should bring one empty bag of holding for whatever weapons we find there, if it even works. Because if we're going like, actually, wait, Revi know this?
I don't know if Revi would know this.
I mean, we might need to stuff some halflings in there. See, this is like Powerball ammo, you know, like Colossus and Wolverine. We just like start.
Oh my god!
You can throw Pharaoh halflings in.
Oh,
You're keeping halflings as ammunition in your fucking bag to
Stack of
use
halflings.
as impromptu fucking what are the fastball specials on people?
How very Valen of you.
Seriously, yeah, I agree. Agreed.
It's really planned. Okay.
You just gotta keep them alive.
Pharaoh halfling thrown at them.
You're just hating because you didn't have a pocket rogue. Anyway,
You don't have anymore either.
but I had it.
At one point.
Revia, roll me a history check. You've had that bag for a very long time.
I have. Okay. Hold on. Let me get over to that page. History.
Oh wow!
Oh,
You remember everything.
Yeah, you know that would work actually.
Sweet, that would work.
Wait,
guys.
we're doing Pharaohlings?
I just no, we're not.
that would work.
The best part is Revia is strong enough to do it, so it would be her like looking at the picture.
She's a little less strong because she's not anyway. Okay, so I'll have halflings. God fucking damn it, guys! Holding. God damn it! Halflings would work, guys. This is a good plan.
How are we more brain damaged this week than we were last
I
week?
know. Why is it worse?
Because we're trying to figure things out. It's not we don't have anything laid out for us to like specifically do. We're like trying to figure shit out. That's why it's worse.
We also came into this session like fucking crazy. So like I agree, and I think part of it is because we have to think our way through it. And we're not doing the good thinkings right now. But I also think part of that is because I don't know.
Abjuration.
We were in a mood when we first arrived. Okay, so the bag of holding would work. We could throw things in there, take things out, or whatever. But even though we still they'll work, we probably shouldn't bring them to a city we've never been to. I am not one for city life, and I am well aware that there are plenty of sticky hands no matter where you go. So very, very valuable things, very, very much things that we don't need to have on us, we should not have on us.
Roller grips the whoop loop staff closer.
You can probably, well, yeah, you need that because that has spells in it. But Revi's gonna kind of like make sure all of her like crazy amount of money, because she turned into the quartermaster by accident, is like stashed away. She's gonna grab I'm gonna say she's gonna take like 10 gold pieces and then like all of her silver, which is 26 pieces, and then put the other 3,000 platinum and then like 2,000 gold in the bag and just kind of like set one of them aside. But I think she's gonna also put.
Would you like us to put that in our guest vaults?
Oh, yes, but I mean, yes, but not right now. I think I have more things I have to put into it, but when we're ready.
You have a vault just for guests?
course. It's standard. Never mind.
They're wonderful. Thank you. Let me go through a few more of my things, and then I will let you know in a moment. Thank you. Okay, so she's gonna put pretty much the rest of her money in there. All of her extra swords.
She's gonna. She has like 4 extra swords, Nenners. Yeah, she hasn't used her Vorpal sword in a little while, and she still has the Mind Blade and Hoarfrost and the Vorpal sword, but she's using 2 right now. Anyway, yes. So she is putting all those things away, and it's kind of like holding it open for anyone else if they have any other weapons that they are not going to be using, or metal things, or money, or whatever.
That staff she has doesn't count as metal, does it?
The what? Staff? Oh, staff. I heard stash.
The new super
There are elements of metal on it, but you were given the super ink from Scribbler to tarnish any of that to not look like metal.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
I did. Sneezes got me.
Okay. The sneezes did indeed get you.
So I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Please.
No. Go ahead. I'm much like Ravaya, probably thinking out loud.
Even though I am so many times dumb. She's gonna put 1,000 platinum pieces. I didn't even realize she had this much. Into the storage vault storage thing. Also, I don't think that the Black Cabal items would they even work in Athas?
Good question.
Well,
You can.
no, he was trying to use that here.
You can roll history, maybe Arcana.
How about something that doesn't require intelligence?
Stop asking intelligence-based questions, and I'll give you a non-intelligence-based roll, girl.
Intelligence-based question.
Remember this.
You're like, how heavy is this cloak? I got you, but you keep asking all these fucking complex. What is this question?
Can roll Arcana?
Also, remember this answer every time you're trying to persuade somebody, and I make you roll a fucking persuasion check, and you're like, "Come on, Foos!" I'm like, "What the fuck do you want?" Trying to talk to somebody.
I know I'm fucked on persuasion. I try to fight for perception.
I
got a foot in the door on perception.
Sure, I can't use insight for this thing.
Can roll him back up?
You're looking at it, you're like,
Insight. I feel like it would work.
Roll him. Give me a history check.
Damn it.
I thought you were gonna help with Arcana.
That's what I asked. Yeah, take that.
Okay.
Very well. Good.
Lenny, can you get the +2 bonus working on her sheet?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
So,
Arigato.
don't touch my mustache.
I learned you could.
Touch my mustache.
That's how you say you're welcome. And that's how Maya taught him, because she was like, I remembered it by saying, don't touch my mustache. But out of context, it's like, thank you, don't touch my mustache.
Oh.
Don't touch my mustache. Don't touch my mustache.
I told Foos before, I'm learning Japanese by osmosis. It's great.
What? How? All right, hold on. What is it really?
Don't touch my mustache.
See, don't touch my mustace. Nailed it.
Don't touch my mustache.
Any
I've heard that
Japanese
first, and now
speakers who
that's
happen to be here, I apologize.
I'm very sorry.
Very, very sorry. Your language does not deserve this. However, you should see what Flandy does to Spanish. Anyway, so
does the blessing apply to attack rolls too?
Literally
anything that if you roll a die, add the 2.
Yes.
Roland, to answer your question, you were thinking, and you are beginning to recall relatively quickly that your Blackstone is the remnants of dead, magically calcified gods.
So theoretically, it would work.
It probably won't, because there is no deity presence on Athas. There is no channel for that power to go. You're kind of deducing that at best it'll give you magic resistance, possibly, but any kind
Magic
of absorption
resistance.
patterns.
In a magic-free place.
Yes. But you're just doing your history. You're like, wait, no, yeah, that makes sense. It is likely not going to be functional or nearly as potent as it is here.
Ravi's gonna take a second to frantically dig through the bag and then like hold two swords and be like, do we have an hour? Because I did want her to swap out because she knows stuff is not going to work because it's not. He has no connection to that space, so she had to swap out anyway.
How far are you from Euphemia when you said this?
Oh, I don't know if she's actually saying, "Do we have an hour?" But I think she's gonna rummage through her things and pull them out. I think she would ask, but not the way I did, like a dummy. We might need to swap out some of our items. Well, maybe just me.
Did we ever get a solution on the Black Cabal thing, or did I just epic space out because I looked at the Twitch chat?
No, they will not work.
Oh, okay.
We can have magic resistance, maybe, in the magic Baron place.
Right, she's gonna put her Black Cabal stuff in play.
If any of that's attunement, you might be able to swap out for something else. Which is part of the reason why Ravi was like, do we have some time?
Do we have time?
If you say that out loud, there's Tithian kind of perks up. You know, the inevitable reason has a time dilation here.
Oh, yes.
We're going to go to a time-dilated place to go to a time-dilated place.
You have the coolest tower. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That sounds great.
We can...
I found it
as
myself.
much time as we need to prepare while we're there. Well,
found it? You didn't make it?
Yeah, I found it. You thought I made that?
Who did you find? Whose was it before?
I don't know. I haven't come back. It's mine now.
You don't think that's ever going to be a problem?
Provide, I'm not sure if there's people like a mile up. It goes on forever.
Ravi is now like, this is what we're thinking to be fucking paranoid about. We're going to be on the mission.
I put up wards. It's fine. Relax.
Fucking God of King Dakar is going to come
He's just gonna
power down.
Tithian is just gonna like come up to you and just give you like, shh, it's okay.
What? You don't know whose that is.
Damn, you got big. Holy shit. Anyway,
sorry, but I
it's
love
okay.
how
You'll
your
be all right.
cat just like slowly rose into the camera.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to figure out how to spell amateur because I'm fucking brain farting the fuck out of it.
Oh my god, I think we might need to call it soon.
Hey Google, how do you spell amateur?
I like that it's not because like we're
add
hearing
alcohol.
poorly, like
Thanks,
we're
fuck it.
dying.
But yeah, you're getting a hug from Tithian, like it's okay.
Cat every hour.
Why did that look wrong? Because it's from Flandy.
That's why I was like, Alex, is that it? No, is there another U?
It's looking more regular the more I look at it. But initially I was like, wrong. No, you're not.
Spell check.
Wrong.
Hey, baby. It was giving me the red lines for some of them, and then sometimes it wouldn't update. I was like, that's not it. But the line's not there. But I don't think that's it.
I love you, man. It's so good. It's never a dull.
Look, I understand physics. English can go out the fucking window.
You know what it's like? It's like rolling with a guy who's like pretty good at basketball, but will, at an unusual rate, biff layups. So like, it's never. You know, it's like nothing's ever guaranteed.
Layups are the one thing in basketball that's supposed to be guaranteed. It's like if you fuck up a layup, man, you're off the team. Like, man, those are free points.
You just airball the fucking layup?
It just goes straight up and like right back down.
No, it
But it's great because I feel like Rolo's would be the sort to not only airball the layup, but also go flying into the crowd. Like he was doing a dunk or something. It was like doing something special.
The James Harden, we're just laying in
From his airball layup and all
Yes.
the fans just like, off me, man.
Yes, sir.
Would this hemodome work in Athas?
Oh,
You know, give me 23. Give me that 23 history again. That's not the DC. I'm just being an asshole. Just give me a roll. If you
I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, you want me to do it twice?
Nah, dude, I'm just
How's this history? All right, fine. Fuck you. Oh,
okay.
it wasn't 18 and it rolled back.
It rolled back. Your understanding, because it's history, because you don't understand. Like, it's not Arcana because you can't pull.
Yeah.
It's a different form of magic, and you're trying to remember what Kaya was telling you. And as far as you understand it, as long as you have blood, it'll work. And by you, I mean the skull.
Nice.
Yep. Thank
Although
you
you
for
might
that
be able to use
clarification.
your blood too, though. It doesn't discriminate like Corin. So
nope.
if you,
Go boy.
you know, you're a big boy. I'd say you probably have like 10, 11,
Hey,
12
Ally
pints in
wishes.
you at least. So
Do you have a vat of blood? Just you have everything else.
excuse me.
Is blood magic? He's gonna turn to Andy real quick. Is blood magic frowned upon? I feel like it might be.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my god.
Eller's just looking at D'Artagnan. He's like, look, man, I don't know what he's talking about. I did one research paper on blood magic. I never touched the stuff. Stop. I told him.
I researched slavery once. I didn't participate in it. He actually
It's too messy. You get blood everywhere. It's just, then you gotta like get it. It's not what I like.
Oh my god. Can you imagine though if he's just like, we don't have enough blood? Ravaya, come here. It's like, oh, with pleasure. Let me help you out real quick. Oh god. God damn. Yeah, I know.
But yes, you have a very firm, like, yeah, that'll work. That'll definitely work.
All right.
Yeah.
He's gonna like read the room and like pocket the rest of that thought, but in his head he's like, I might have to use this. Am I okay with that? I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to ask for forgiveness later.
So so we're going to Vista now, and we're supposed to keep low profile. This motherfucker pulls out a bloody sushi.
I harvest their blood. How many pints do I get?
Depends on how big they are.
So right, in general, let's we'll in and out of character. Figure out what you want to swap.
Okay.
Then we can go to the tower and have the thing there, then come back and then hopefully do a little more.
I will say, do that. This is probably a good place to stop so you guys can think about it. So think about what you want to attune, what you think would be useful. Write down any questions you might have that would pertain to stuff when you're not brain damaged, so you don't have to go through this slog next time. I mean, unless you do, I don't care. I love it.
We don't have to go through this slog. Oh my god! Look, listen, between this,
dude, I love it. I mean, if this is what you want to do,
between the five of us here, we have 3 working brain cells. We're doing our best.
It's pretty. Awesome.
Whoa!
So,
anywho, I have one.
Yeah, there is a very significant. I think what is it, 8 to 1? I have to double check it. It's very high. So your the time dilation there is going to buy you a lot of time. So you're looking at, maybe 20 minutes to attune to stuff and come back. Factor that in. Blackstone Cabal stuff likely out, so you might need to retune to some stuff. Anything that's a mana or magic battery, it's not a bad idea.
Do any of the rest of us have any goodies in our bags, or is it just Ravaya?
I mean, any metal or whatever you have. Like, obviously, I have a shit ton of swords, but
No. Our gift bags.
Oh yeah. You guys have. Okay, so if you're going through the gift bags, you want to do it now, or you want to do it when we come back?
Now, so we can know if we need to do anything.
Okay, so there is none of
the whole
these
plan
things,
changed.
Yeah, first and foremost, none of these things are attuned. You need attunement for.
Okay.
So they're all very light stuff. The boots are basically the equivalent of boots of elven kind.
Oh,
Um, So if you have any, that gives you advantage on stealth, stuff like that. The cloak gives you heat resistance. There is a water skin in all of your things, which can produce a certain amount of water. I think it's 1d6 full skins per day that you have to roll for.
They're,
Yeah. And it won't overflow. So like, let's say you roll like a 4 or whatever, you can keep that number for the rest of the day.
I need to super seriously BR because I'm so hungry. It's making me feel weird.
Yeah, no, we could stop here. But long story short, it's just like a lot of little like, common wondrous items that'll basically make your life easier. Essentially, it's like a multi-$1,000 gift bag for you guys. And 2 of your bags, you have rings of mind shielding.
Ooh.
which bag?
Tithian. One is in Roland, and the other one's in Karasu's.
I'm pretty sure that Euphemi got a ring of mind shielding from our dragon buddy as well.
I believe so too. Yeah.
Pretty sure you did. The fuck.
But Tithian's gonna explain that they were sold out in Waterdeep. So he bought all the ones he could.
He gave it to someone. Oh my god.
You've always had your head on straight.
I have, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Do you want one?
No.
Why is she mad?
She wouldn't even say anything, honestly. Like, this is just like Foos being like, man,
I figured because the 2 of them have such a rapport. It's like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Do you want one? I can get you one.
You're all set.
But anywho, that's.
I'm sorry, I just read too bad you can't rub your cat for static magic charges. You run out of spell slots, you just rub your cat across the face. Charge me up, buddy.
You play the cat bongos. Oh, God.
Loki, come here.
Good.
Why
I
do
need
some
power.
cats like that? I never understood that.
Come here.
It seems so anti-cat.
Okay, BRB.
Okay.
All right, go girl. I love your hair, by the way. It's awesome.
Oh, also, yes, your hair is awesome. She's leaving. That's fine. That's totally fine. But she, as a druid, can hopefully conjure water, but I don't remember if that's transmutation or not. I don't think
You also have a never-ending pocket of water in Roland's robes.
a pocket.
He has a pocket just filled with water.
Good.
Never. Wait, hold on. In the from Titania?
Yeah. You pulled like 3 gallons out of a pocket that was nowhere near that
Okay.
deep.
Look at this chunky cat. Look at him. Look at him. Is he trying to pay you? He's trying to charge up your magic. Cat reaching for mustache. What is this? Oh my god.
Claws are out, boys.
Oh my god. The padding of the chest.
Poor cat. He's nonstop spotting that landing.
Oh my god. He's very patient. That's amazing. And I love it.
I can't get bigger.
No, I don't think he got bigger. I think he just looks. I think it's the angle. The way he's holding him and everything. Yeah. No.
It's because I look smaller because I don't have hair.
Yeah, that's
No.
true.
No. No.
Sergeant
No.
Slaughter, man, what's up?
Oh god. Flint's pushed up now. 100%. Oh, that's amazing. All right. But yes, Maya is going to eat. We're all brain dead. So I guess we'll get going.
Before we sign off, what are we interested of cheesing on Saturday, or are we doing it on Monday?
Oh, that's a good point. Because if we're all kind of free-ish Monday, we can do a Monday-ish. If everyone's
Yeah, that way more people are
Cool
here.
with it.
that's a good point.
If we're
Yeah.
just missing Boggly Wogglies,
Yeah, then we can have one without Bogley.
yeah.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's gonna be me, Maya, and Nunners getting way off track.
I thought Bogley was free tomorrow.
And Boggly, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who's available when.
I'm pretty sure she is. But anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
I just work here.
You're good. I just work here. It's good. Worst comes to worst, yeah, like
I
we'll
don't get paid.
laugh about it tomorrow. Anyway, as
I get
probably,
paid in insults.
We love you.
That laugh says it's true.
some people were going hard to the body on Port Landy today, man. It was rough.
Definitely not the hair.
I Anyway, yeah. Is that what happened? We shaved. You got shaved, and then we're like, all of our love is ended up on that barbecue.
Left, right, yeah.
Okay.
You
Just
really love me for my hair.
we will hopefully be back either tomorrow or Monday with some interest of cheese, some chatting. Unfortunately, we will not be here for difficult terrain tomorrow. But we will find out what the hell's going on and announce it as soon as we can.
You broke Irene's brain. That's what's going on.
Irene's
How
not
far
having
are
a good time.
we from custom emojis? Because we need a mustache emoji.
We're 2 follows away.
Okay,
are
2 more
nice.
follows, and we can make a mustache emoji. It's gonna be
2
great.
more follows, and we're there, baby.
You
yeah.
are the mustache finder.
I found out that I was testing something out, and I had to make like an extra account, and I followed this to make sure that like it worked. And then once I did, they were like, that doesn't count. So even though it says 49, we're technically at 48. So it registered that like that was a bot account that I was trying to set up. So it's like that's not a real follow. So I was like, all right.
Oh.
So that's why we need 2, because we need to hit 50, and we're technically at 48. But yes, anyway, I love you guys. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. And
It does. You're great.
Is we doing raid?
oh shit, we should raid. Hold on. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, see, look at me.
Oh, I'm not. I'm gonna.
No, you don't
You-
have to stay. You don't have to stay, girl. You do you.
Mark, who we raiding?
We have the Insomnia Nights that are the guys who put Terry Crews. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on, I think I have enough points for a Terry. Let's do it.
That's what I mean, right? So like, let's go raid Terry Crews. Hold on. Unlike other channels, I'm not going to keep us at a nice like screen so you could just not listen to me babble. We're going to do this the hard way because
Hell yeah.
I'm a
Battle of Babblies.
I'm a professional.
We gotta go make some Terrys.
Raid channel. Here we go, baby. All right, start raid. Okay.
Yeah,
goodbye,
Mark, don't
Maya.
forget to beat Fallout, bro. We gotta talk about it. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night, man.